we might be getting sauced a little too early in the day there, Zen. I got an email from Zen Rhino during the show, and I called him out live on the air. And I was like, look, don't email me asking me for clips we play. Like, I'm not your producer. Like, what are you nuts? Emailing me during the show? Hey, can you pull that clip for me? I want to do some work. Then go find the clip and do the work.
So on Mersh's TV screen, he puts PodAwful's Pizza Fund on there. PodAwful really has a problem with Mersh. Why, I don't know. It does seem a little internet dork obsessive, but...
The email actually had said, do me a favor, ask Royce where I can, like, where that clip is, and then send me the link. I'm doing fucking 10 shows a week, 2 hours each live. And then on top of that, I have to somehow manage my own spiraling alcoholic life. And then he just melted down, calling me fuckface, I'm a fat fuck you, that's why everybody hates me, all that, because I just wrote back, and I'm like, oh, that's why you asked me to ask Royce, because he was going to tell you to go fuck yourself. It turns out we both don't work for you, Zen. I'm not going to do steel toes prep for you.
I'm not going to do steel toes prep.
Because, like, I've had that happen before. I've had shit I covered on my show, or like, and Steel Toe Morning Show, there's Zen Rhino going, hey, check out this clip, it was great.
Zen has sent me shit.
Right.
Where he's been like, oh, Mersh did this on Nightwave or whatever. And I don't use most of it. But if I ever do go, oh, this was a funny thing that Royce, that Royce did on Nightwave, and I saw it from him, and go listen to Nightwave on Rumble and all this shit. And like, but I mean, if you really are taking a link from a guy's show because you're going to go give it to another show,
a bit of a dirtbag thing.
Yeah, if someone did that to me, I'd be annoyed.
Like and it's like, it's not even some shit everyone's covering. It's Nightwave shit. It's like weird, obscure shit that I go find. And it's like, let's give it to Aaron from Steel Toe. No, I'm not doing your fucking job for you.
Bro, you're just sending shit we do and just giving it to other shows. Like, the fuck? Make them do their own prep work.
What kind of reaction would you expect if you emailed Dick Masterson and told him to give you all his prep?
Mersh does have a right to not feel good about this.
This is what we do. We're trying to build a business and make money. And we got Virgin, we got Pessy, we got Frozen. And these motherfuckers are always running out, trying to get clips for us. We got Taper clipping our show, making art. We got all these people doing work. And then you're like, hey, the work you did, can I leech off that, please? No, you can't.
It is a funny rant.
By the way, ain't seen him in Nightwave for weeks. Always fucking donating to fucking Steel Toe. Always donating to these other guys. You know what?
Wait a minute, time out. I pay my tithings to Nightwave.
Yeah, but does Zen?
Look, Zen will throw a couple bucks here and there. That's true.
You know what? You want to fucking give Steel Toe fucking $20 in donations per show? Fucking ask him to pull clips for you, bud.
Don't take other shows' stuff and then send it to me and tell me to do it. I don't feel good about that.
Like, I don't notice that motherfuckers don't come in here anymore anyway. And when they do, they hang out and they'll fucking, oh yeah, here's $2 to read 6 paragraphs. And then I'm fucking going and saying hi to Steel Toe in the morning. I see Zen Rhino just dumping, making it rain like they're fucking, like April's flapping her pussy lips for all to see.
I blew up my fucking radio career, and I had to come to my audience directly and beg them for money to stay in business. Is it not the best way to do things? Absolutely, you're 100% right. But the best we can do is ask. Fill up the offering plate. Let it happen.
We just show this evidence.
Oh, yeah, right?
Right in there.
Streamlabs, PayPal, nothing coming in. No fucking rally whatsoever today. Let's hit that 150 and do this thing.
You lose us.
Get ridiculously generous. Oh, my God. You've got new people in here who hate our guts and don't like us and think we're the devil.
Right.
We're looking like assholes in front of our new obsessions.
That's true.
Zeros. We are coming up zeros this morning, guys. This does not happen. The Spurgs that came in today, not very impressed. Well, you guys are really territorial and jealous, aren't you? Oh, boy.
Yeah,
a little creepy. I gotta be honest.
I've missed everything you've said.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, for people who think they specialize in trolling, you're largely ignorable. I mean, the e-begging is remarkably obnoxious, don't get me wrong. But hey, welcome to the show. At least you can watch a better one. I watched an episode of PodAwful, Pizza Fun, Jesse PS, Jesse. You're largely ignorable.
Ooh, well, that guy is Obsessed with me, huh? He never stops talking about me. I have never, ever talked about Steel Toe. I don't like that I'm having to talk about them now. I know that me doing this makes me a Johnny-come-lately on the entire Steel Toe lolcow front. Yeah, I've seen them around, okay? I've seen them. People have been begging me nonstop to an incredibly annoying degree, begging me to cover these guys, and I have this sneaking suspicion, just call it a hunch, that some of it is literally them, Steel Toe themselves, begging me to cover them. Now, I have a feeling they've gotten annihilated by so many different podcast guys at this point that maybe they haven't been begging for that lately. But here I am. They put out a little bit of bait. They chummed the waters, and they caught me. Hook, line, and sinker. Here's what they don't realize. I'm a little too big of a fish. You're going to wish that we were back to the days where I was refusing to acknowledge your existence. Trust me. And by the way, why is he wearing a t-shirt that says cuck comedian? Is he that self-aware? Maybe he's too self-aware. He's certainly not too self-aware for the Mersh effect. Steel Toe, listen, I had every right to cover these guys a year ago or more when they jumped onto the Mersh effect train. Basically, everyone in the Mersh effect universe is sort of PodAwful's property, my intellectual property, okay? It's an instant ticket to Goondom. And I've seen them. I've seen them on the clip channels, the Clipper. By the way, the Clippers, hey, Clippers, start clipping. This episode, fully clippable, okay? Start clipping. I want you to clip this one. Here's the thing. These guys, they've been on my radar, and I said, no. Ew, yuck, vile, go away. I see them on the clip channels. I see them, I see other people cover them. Patrick Melton, nobody likes onions. I've seen them over there. I'm vaguely aware of their existence. I've never watched them outside of a very, very short clip. And this isn't, by the way, clip cope, which is a new term that we are now populating. Everybody's going to be using this, just like Grint here soon. Clip cope. What's clip cope, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. Clip cope is when a guy says, I've never even seen him before. You're going to be seeing a lot of that from Aaron here, who I just had to rack my brain to remember his name. And when I say rack, I do mean rack. I had to rack my brain. These guys are a blind spot to me. I'm aware that there's an entire cottage industry surrounding them. I'm aware I'm late to the game. I don't want to do this. I had every right to do it a year ago. Every right. They begged me to do this a year ago, literally. And I'm going to show you that. They begged me. The Mersh effect, it was too strong. It reeled me in. Mersh is now literally complaining that his former top pay pig, and a guy who actually used to watch PodAwful. We need to talk about this. Zen Rhino. You guys are familiar. $15 from Zen Rhino. Everybody's singing it in the chat right now. Zen Rhino hasn't been loyal to the Mersh effect. As a matter of fact, the Mersh effect may be turning into the Aaron effect. So I didn't want to do this. I'm going to explain the whole thing. They are tricking me into covering them. This is going to be the only time. Soak it in, folks. This is it. No more. I'm not doing a regular Steel Toe bid. I'm not going to be watching them in the future. The most disgusting portion of my life. What will go when my life flashes before my eyes on my deathbed. My deathbed, of course, being a motorcycle that I'm jumping over the Grand Canyon. As my life flashes before my eyes, this will be the moment where I'm like, ooh, 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 yuck. Yes, even more so than, I don't know, every cringy thing I've ever done on this show. So, I cannot believe I am disgusted by what these people are, by what this guy, and by the way, his wife, Ape, I think her name is. I am completely disgusted by these guys, and it means I was right. I was right to never cover them. So here we go. Put on your gloves. Put on a full Tyvek suit. Do you have galoshes? Tie them up, sweetie, because this is the Mersh Effect Steel Toe Morning Show. Steel spelled S-T-E-A-L.
Stuck in a rut, you wanna die. PodAwful makes it worse. On government lists, they won't let you fly. PodAwful quench your thirst. The future is near, happy to be here. PodAwful dreams come true. Space on the moon, just laughs at the goons. PodAwful's watching you.
Or would you pay Jesse P.S. of PodAwful?
Damn. Steel Toe would kill for that intro. Welcome, everybody. Happy to be here. I am your host, Jesse P.S.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
Thank you. Yeah, me too. Burp. Okay. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we've got something we got to do here, okay? We'll check in with the chat room. We're live. It's a Friday for most of you out there. We're going live at odd times, I got to be honest. I haven't really been thinking the whole schedule thing through a lot lately. I know you're used to your streamers. There's guys out there, they're streamers. And what they do is every day they just go live. They got nothing to do. They got nothing to talk about. They do it anyway. It's actually kind of impressive if you think the shittiest thing you've ever seen in your entire life is impressive. But unfortunately, we do have to induct. Listen, I mean, this is official. Whether I want to talk about these guys ever again or not, we will be inducting Steel Toe into the Goon Hall of Fame. So there's the Goon Alarm 6 million. It is completely official. PodAwful rocks. Let's check in the chat room, see what you guys are saying in there. I think I've got a chat button here. Let's see what the chat is saying, shall we? I haven't been looking at the chat this whole time. Did we make the goal, says Aaron Imholte's man titties. I don't even know how to say his name. Okay, I don't know a lot about there's more I don't know about these people than exists. In fact, Jesse says it live, Jay. Not sure if I can confirm that. Are you falling for the PodAwful joke about it being guys do? That's our joke. You can't fall for that in our chat. That doesn't make any sense. I've been around since Jesse was making prank calls to Pizza Hut. I don't remember doing Pizza Hut specifically, but thank you for sticking around for that long. Meh, Joe. Meh, Joe. Oh, we've got some chirps in chat as well. Okay, welcome, everybody. Thank you. Please be seated. All right. I don't want to do this episode. I don't. This sucks. This sucks for me. There's a lot of people out there who are very happy right now. I've seen you posting. I appreciate your excitement. I appreciate your trust in my abilities as a man and as a presenter and as a broadcaster and as a lover. But I hate these freaks, okay? And I cannot stress this enough. These people are complete fucking freaks. They disgust me. I find them vile. I've found them vile since the first time I ever had any sort of even inkling of an idea that they existed, all right? And you may wonder why. I mean, listen, at this point, most people just get that. Most people, in fact, this is not a joke. I'm not making this up. I showed Aaron to my wife. I had him on the phone. I go, look at this. And with no prompting, she didn't even know what she was looking at. She said, ugh, oh God, what is that? Like he didn't even exist in her, previous reality. Like he just entered from some sort of rip in the time-space continuum. I don't know what it is about. And by the way, she's right. Obviously, we all know. We all understand innately that she's right about that. We've all had that feeling looking at him. And listen, you could probably have that feeling looking at me. But I don't know, that same lady married me and had children with me. So your mileage may vary. The point is, Aaron he gives off this aura of stink. He has stink lines, like a cartoon character. He's Pigpen. No, wait, Royce is Pigpen. The point is, if you were to draw Aaron cartoon accurate, you would need a green crayon and you would need several wavy lines, maybe a couple flies coming off of him. There's a putridness to him. The first time I ever came across them, all that happened was I saw their screen, the way they look. This, all right, here, I'll show you, okay? This will be easier. I saw this, okay? And now originally, this is actually not the best example because this is more recent. Last year, the way he had his setup on screen was very, how do I put this, Sissian.
They're cyberbullying me to death.
It was extremely Revenge of the Sissian, okay? Where for some reason, now again, they were still sitting next to each. So this is Aaron and his wife, Ape. Oh, fuck Ape, it's me. Mersh's impression of Jesse. So they were sitting next to each other even a year ago, but for some reason their cameras were segmented. It was one of the strangest things, one of the most bizarre decisions I've ever seen graphically on a show, and I've seen some really bizarre decisions. And we've gone over in depth on some really, really bizarre decisions. And I think what happened was Aaron had just become ingratiated into the Mersh effect.
PodAwful one. Did I cross swords with this guy at some point?
So he saw Revenge of the Sis. He said, oh, that's what a show is. Now, believe it or not, as much as we love making fun of fake radio guys, we do also like making fun of failed radio guys, okay? So Mersh is both a fake radio guy and a failed radio guy. Tom Gully is more failed radio guy, but he's also sort of a fake radio guy. And Aaron here, Steel Toe, as I call him, Steel Toe. My nickname for him, just a little thing I call him, Steel Toe. For all of you out there who call Penguins Zero Charlie, I call Aaron Steel Toe. Okay, that's my thing. So my point is, Steel Toe here, he saw Revenge of the Sis, and he went, you know what? We need to look like that. I know we could just put one camera on both of us, which is what they're currently doing. He split it down the middle, Royce and Mersh style, and then they put a video at the bottom. So it was exactly Revenge of the Sis' layout. They still basically are using that layout. They're using the graphics of, I assume these came free on Windows Millennium Edition, whatever's going on. He's got some diamond plating going on in the background. This is a psycho pair of freaks. And when I saw it, I went, here's my true feelings on it, okay? I'm going to reveal something very, very, it's actually kind of embarrassing for me, but it's very personal for me as well. Later on, when it comes to Steel Toe, all right? Steel Toe, again, I'm talking about them not to get in on this. I'm never going to talk about these guys again. They're forcing my hand. They have stolen from me. They are Steel Toe, okay? We'll get into it. We're going to get into all of that. Let's just hang out. Are we having fun, everybody? Huh? Are you having fun? Sorry, I'm getting agitated because I'm just thinking about having to play this clip, and it's going to infuriate me. The most I've ever watched of them was yesterday, and I live streamed it. You saw me watching it, mostly in real time. And if you watched that little half a stream yesterday, you would realize, like, oh, this is something that Jesse can't physically comprehend as a man. And I don't think a lot of you are going to have a good time with this one either, to be fair, but it's something that needs to be done. So I saw them cropping up, and I didn't know where they came from, and I didn't care. I saw who they were hanging out with. I saw the Mersh effectors, and I said, this looks like an astroturfed nothing. and I want to pull a Mersh and give them nothing. I just knew. I knew in my heart of hearts that I shouldn't ever give them any daylight because they would be dying for. I don't want to legitimize these people, all right? So whatever I need to do to impress upon you before I play any more steel toe on my airwaves over my internet, the internet's boyfriend's internet, before I do that, I need you to understand, I find this detestable, vile, disgusting. I'm regretting doing this as I speak. I did all of my research on these guys in the past 2 days, more or less 2 days. Again, I've seen a little of them here and there. Every single time anyone's ever come to me about these guys, I go, no, thanks. We're good. Thank you anyway so much, but I'm okay for now. I've got Mersh. I've got Alex Stein. Oh, that's weird. Steel Toe now has Alex Stein. Now, somebody, looks like Feds here in our PodAwful forums. Join the cult, podawful.com/cult. Get access to our forums. Feds posted an entire thing yesterday giving me the skinny, the lowdown. Now, many of the people watching this are going to know this shit. This is me learning. I haven't even read this yet. She posted a whole thread. People are posting all sorts of shit in there. They're making photoshops of these guys. These people are hated. Listen, I could make these people my cash cow if I wanted to. I don't. PU stink lines, okay? So, Feds writes here, host Aaron Imholte. Okay, cool name. She's got his Facebook, his Twitter, his Instagram. She's all over this. She says second mics. So you saw some other people. You saw another guy in the intro there, some sort of wall-eyed freak who looked like he was hepped up on goofballs, looked like he was about to nod out on Fent. I love watching these guys where they play radio and they've got the only guy that they can get as a co-host is over Zoom, and that guy is falling asleep. That's every one of these shows. Every one of these, and let's just go ahead and bring it up. Let's bring it up right now. I don't remember if I've said this on the show or not, but I stand by it if I have. We are done with Opie and Anthony forever. It's over, okay? No more Copy and Anthony's. No more Opie and Ape-thanies. We're done with it. This dude, I told you, I've only heard Opie and Anthony really for the first time in the past year or two. And even I can hear he's just copying Anthony. He sounds to me, an untrained Anthony ear, he sounds exactly like him. To a degree where I'm like, good job. Hey, man. Great impression. Good work. So, it's unbelievable. We'll probably talk more about that in a second. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place because I don't want to do this. We'll come back to all of these things, okay? So they've got second mics because they're radio guys. They have second mics. So his second mic is usually this bitch, his wife, I guess, or apparently, according to this info, April Imholte is his second wife. And again, I call him Steel Toe. I call her Steel Toe. Steel Toe and Steel Toe 2. But apparently he's also got a guy called Johnny Crutches, which sounds like I'm making that up, but somehow I'm not. And Corey Adam, which sounds like he made that up and probably did. Now, this is what Feds writes. Aaron on his own is very much a public domain goon. He already has a subreddit dedicated. Oh, I didn't know that. He has a subreddit dedicated to hating his shitty show. So he's got an r/Mersh, I guess. And which is actually kind of impressive. You gotta be real bad to speed run getting your own hate forum. A webpage made by Nobody Likes Onions, counting down to his divorce. That's very funny. Very good, Patrick. And articles written in the local paper about his embarrassing resignation. Now, this is the part I do know about. His embarrassing resignation from the only time he could make it on the radio. He's fat. Is he fat? He doesn't look... I mean, listen, he looks blobbish. He looks Mersh, like old Mersh fat. Young Mersh fat. He's fat, a cigar guy, which, by the way, cigars are also fully over. Okay, stop. If you have a photo of you smoking a cigar, you're gay. I'm not even going to bother explaining that. It's just true. And followed by the queen herself, Mersh. They have a lot in common except that Aaron has been on the radio. Burn. Steel Toe Morning Show boasts 10,000 YouTube subs. I'm going to guess fake from what I've seen. I was watching this stream right here over my shoulder yesterday. They had... It was very Revenge of the Sith style. It was almost Rumble style, but it was on YouTube. They had 360 people watching or something, and the chat was doot, 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 barely moving. They have 10,000 YouTube subs, but averages less than 2,000 views per video. Many of them actually less than 1,000. Okay, so yeah, and we talk about this all the time. You know, I've lost YouTube channels with more subs than that. 10K. Subs are meaningless. So what is a sub if you're getting no views? If you have 1 million subscribers and every video you put out, no one watches, what does it mean? Nothing. So that probably, almost certainly, listen, they probably followed the ways of Mersh, followed the ways of Royce probably got in their ear and said, hey, listen, if you want to trade wives, that's beside the point. Buy subscribers. And then they started talking about Star Trek for some time. Aaron is no stranger to melting down on air. He lost his radio gig after unspooling. Because a woman was chosen for a position. I didn't know this part. A woman was chosen for a position he wanted in November of 2020. Wow, so he really hasn't been doing this for long. 2020? When did Steel Toe start? Like when did this version of it, the internet thing, start? And because his wife outed him for leaving her unsatisfied in bed, June 2023. Now I have heard about this because I watched a Nobody Likes Onions, and it was explained to me. Also, somebody on Twitter told me this. It was explained to me that apparently he can't make his wife come. Now, I've never seen the clip of that. I've heard them talk about that. I don't know if that's true. I believe it. Listen, and by the way, if you can't, why not just stick your tube-like head inside her pussy? This guy has one of the most cocky looks I've ever seen, and I'm not talking about his facial expression. Just, I'm sure that if you can make your head engorged enough, if your neck and head just E.T. style, you could probably just shove it in her pussy. She'd finally come. What is she, like a whore or something? What do you mean? All right, actually, you know what? Who gives a shit? Who cares if a lady comes? You know what? I'm on his side. I think Mersh is waiting to see if he can get an April shower. Very good. Okay, so we've got links, we got photos of them. Let's take a look for the people out there who have never seen, and there are people out there who are like, I think I saw some chats here. They're flying by. I saw some people out there skeptical of all, like I don't know these guys. So you're claiming that I'm clip coping. Again, I'm very clear here. I have seen these guys. So I saw, here's my first interaction, but my first seeing them was, I want to say it was like June of last year. I had to go back through all my receipts and figure this one out. I've been doing some steel toe taxes for the past few days. So I want to say it was like June, July of last year or something. They mentioned me. And so, of course, people are tagging me in that. And I clicked on it and I went, oh, no, I'm good. That's the first time. Then a couple months after that, they had a whole thing about me on their show and Alex Stein. So I did watch that, but it was about me. Like, it wasn't about them. I didn't learn anything about them. I was watching people talk about me, and it was positive, by the way. This is going to get really, really fucking embarrassing for them really quick. Their story on me has gone 360 and back. These guys have done 2 double takes when it comes to PodAwful, and it's really crazy. So I want to let the people who have never heard of these guys before, which is most of our audience, PodAwful people don't know what this is, okay? And that's in my design. I have had designs on these guys for some time, so let's let everybody in on the secret. This, unfortunately, is steel toe.
There's no sexy way to say that.
No, and to me, if you're saying that at his age, he's done it before, so did that mean it worked once?
Right. Soup Can saying she should have said, my dick. That would have been good.
I probably would say that.
That's how you handle it.
You know what? Yeah. Look, our male man is a male woman, I think, here. But if she came up to me and like lifted a skirt of mine and was like, oh, what's under there? My dick.
My dick. You want to suck it? Try for a while.
Throbbing for you.
Okay.
Gray Duckling says, can't hit the ball unless you swing. Absolutely.
Ew. Right. You don't ever have a chance at yes if you don't ask.
Are you guys ready for us to...
So there's your little banter. Now, I feel like I'm driving down the street, heading to my menial minimum wage, fuck my life job, turning on the radio and hearing my favorite morning radio couple. The married radio guys that just make my day shine. What they do is they go to Yahoo Weird News and they read me the articles and they say the funniest little thing. And, you know, you can tell, like, they have fun at home. And I feel like I'm heading to work and my whole day is draining away. Oh, this terrible job I'm going to have to work at is just... the color is finally fading into my Wizard of Oz story.
Embarrass ourselves just to try and make sure that we can still do our show for a living. Let's not miss our goal.
I can't fucking look at this. This is...
almost missed last night, but we...
So he just takes out a plate, okay? He takes out a plate. They're in the middle of talking about their stories. I don't know, probably something that happened on a soap opera or something. And then he takes a plate out. And you go, why is there a plate?
We were able to...
isn't this the radio? I can't see this.
By hook or...
how do I even know he's got this plate?
By crook, knock it out. This is the last one of the week, thank God. We've got Rumble Clip Friday, which we probably won't have to worry about it.
And he's upset, by the way, because we were in chat. And he's like, he actually read my chat. He read my chat, but didn't read my name. He pretended to not know who I am. By the way, my name on YouTube is insane looking. It's like so long. It's got a trademark sign at the PodAwful Lunatic French. It's nuts looking. No one ever doesn't read my name unless there's a reason for it. He reads my chat without reading my name. He pretends like he has no clue who I am or why I'd be asking. A minute later, I get banned in chat. You know why? Because I said, slow chat. Hey, slow chat. I couldn't believe it. 360 people in there. The chat wasn't moving. Slow chat. That actually sent the chat into orbit. It hadn't seen action in so fucking long. So then he bans me, and only after I'm banned, and only after all the other PodAwful cult members are banned, the henchmen, that's when he goes, you know, the trolls are...
But we are 150 away. Let's get some big shots in there. Streamlabs, PayPal.
This is a slow burn, by the way. I'm building up to very embarrassing shit for this guy. Very embarrassing, okay? And this man seems to live a life of an embarrassment of riches. Of embarrassment.
PayPal, Super Chats, memberships, Rumble Rants. I don't want MSO winning, and I don't want to lose money. That's for sure. So let's fire up the shitbag music.
Let's go.
Okay, so you've got failed radio guy. You've got fake radio guy. You've got wrestling guy. You've got grifter to the extreme on all. And by the way, I'm getting super chats and people joining. I'm not reading any of that. Okay, we don't do that here. Good luck. Hey, keep sending in your super chats. Fuck you. So join the pizza fund. That's all I give a shit about. These guys are about to literally beg. Now, we've seen Mersh literally beg. He's an e-waitress. He works for tips. We've invented all the terms. But I have never seen anything like this. This blew my fucking mind when I saw it. Could not believe it.
Shoots.
Let's take this
He's playing wrestling guy music. This is a Hulk Hogan song.
offering plate and let's fidget. Let's fill it.
He's misspeaking because the PodAwful cult is, of course, sending shivers down his spine, body aching all the time. And we're sitting there and we're floored by that. We're flabbergasted. We didn't know it was this desperate over in the Toe household.
Or fidget.
With digital bucks.
Imagine having to do this in front of your wife. Okay? In fact, forcing her into labor to do it too. He's making her out sit there and shake the tatas. You think she chose this low-cut shirt? He's making her wear this. This is a freak, by the way. I have to put them on screen so you can really see what we're working with here. Let's do this thing. We are going to have to he's got an SCP on top of his head that I swear to God, a minute ago, I saw this little critter crawl across his head. I don't know if people, and again, I don't know everybody's things on this, so I apologize if I'm stepping on toes, but steel toe. So I don't mean to, if somebody's made this joke already, fine. I'm calling this thing a tarantula. This man has a tarantula on his forehead. That's all I know. It is horrifying to me. And this isn't even the worst. I mean, there's worse clips of his ranchula. I'm calling him ranch. So we can't believe what we're seeing here. He's shaking a cup and begging.
Banger.
And I had heard about that. I heard people talk about that. I didn't think it was litter. I thought it was the way that, porcelain says it about Mersh, which is actually also literal now that I think about it. So it's a perfect Mersh effect.
Get it over with. 150 away.
Let's see.
I do the Mersh parody and I'm sitting there shaking the tin can full of coins. Chicka, 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 chicka. They're literally doing it. It's unironic.
How quick we can do it.
Praise the Lord. Fill up the offering plate. I should really make this a religion.
Well, yeah, and you
What have you done to earn any this? I mean, you guys, I watched the show. I was watching. Now, it's 3 hours and 55 minutes into this stream. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't see all 3 hours, 4 hours of it. So maybe something really, really good happened at some point. Maybe there was something in there that was like, instantly your face starts to catch fire. You're taking out your wallet so fast. You're like, I need these guys to have money. I don't know what these guys are doing that they think deserves $150. $150? Are you in what? Because you chose to spend 4 hours of your life doing the most milk toast, by the way, is insulted by the way this man looks. Milk toast is like, hey, buddy, you're kind of encroaching on my whole gig here, which is going to be a recurring theme.
It's the Church of Steel Toe.
I really should.
Steel Toe steals from Mersh. Steel Toe steals from me. Steel Toe steals from toast and also milk.
Guys, we have too much fun stuff coming up.
We got a lot of good stuff coming up for overtime today.
We're going to check out Ed and Michelle.
So this is what they do. It's like a PodAwful show, except they do it live. If you send in enough money, they keep the terrible show going so that you can see more terrible show. Now listen, I do something similar. We go into the pizza fund, and then I do more show for the paying people, right? But those people, they already paid, so I know they want it. If you're sitting there begging people to keep doing your job, it kind of that's like going up to your boss at work and saying, please, 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 please don't fire me. Please, please, please. I swear to God, I won't be boring on the radio again. Please, 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 please. We've got Ed and Michelle. And of course, we don't know what Ed and Michelle, maybe Ed and Michelle is awesome. I don't know. Maybe Ed and Michelle is like when I do Rufio. Could be. But when you're begging your audience to want to see it, probably not great. You could probably be doing better content.
Amanda Hugginkiss says, no shit, Aaron. I went to high school in Toledo with this mailman.
No, did he try to lift your skirt too?
Their graphics. We're going to go into the graphics. I've got a whole thing.
Oh, no.
Actually, I think that's a guy.
All right, let's fire it.
If they charged to end the show, they would make at least 6 times the cash. Now, this is an experiment that they should be forced to run. And I don't know how you do. I mean, listen, maybe Patrick Melton has to do. I don't know. I need the onions out there. I need all the onions and the Clipper guys and the people from their verse, whatever. I need people to go into their chat and force them to try this experiment. Say, okay. And by the way, they lowered the goal. The goal was $250. And they went, well, we're not going to make that. We've made $0 after 4 hours. So let's make it $150. $150. And maybe we won't have to beg quite as. Nope, they still had to beg. They had to beg real hard. You're about to see it. So we need the people out there who are really interested in this. I'll never watch them again. We need them to go into their chat and say, you have to, at gunpoint, at metaphorical, inspirational, political gunpoint, you need to go into their chat and to their home, by the way. You need to go knock on their front door and you need to say, I have an experiment that you have to run. And I need them to actually try this. I just am interested in the results. It's not even for content. I don't have to ever show it on the show. In fact, I pledge right now to never, ever, ever, if they run this experiment, I will not show it on PodAwful. Okay? That's a pretty nice guy of me. Some would say the greatest. So go into their chat and say, okay, instead of doing a poll, instead of begging for money to keep the show going, what I need you to do, click, click, some chick, boom action happening, some Fred Durst style. I need you to run a begathon to stop. And then we time. Then we get out our stopwatches and we see how fast the money pours in. And by the way, the saddest part is, obviously, this experiment would be a total success. They would instantly have whatever they could put a goal of $1,000. Their bank account would actually contact, their banks would call them up and say, there must be some sort of fraud. All of a sudden you have $1 million. I don't know what's happening. We actually had to cancel your account forever because you're gay and ugly, but also you now have $1 million. Goodbye. So obviously the experiment would be a rousing success. The saddest part is they would keep doing it after that. They would be like, oh, okay, so that's how we make our beg bucks now? Okay, fine. We're cool with that. We have no shame. This is why I never wanted to cover them. Their complete lack of shame.
It up. Let's throw in a couple of bucks. Let's knock this thing out.
Like Aaron's probably, I don't know if Aaron's live right now or what. Aaron's going to watch this. Aaron's going to see this because Aaron is a big fan of PodAwful. So Aaron's going to see this and he'll have no shame. He'll be like, Anthony Cumia noises. I don't know what Anthony Cumia sounds like. So his response to it will be like, Jesse's Jesse, he's a troll and he hates them. Whoa, he's so obsessed. This is my first time ever publicly discussing you ever.
Out and keep Steel Toe going. 150 away. Red Fox Mad says, let's hit the goal, please. Don't let the show be like the 98 Vikings and miss the field goal.
Also, I got to address this. Much like Mersh, look at this. Isn't this crazy? He doesn't know how to speak into the microphone. That's wrong. You can't side address a Shure SM7B. That's what this is, okay? I can't talk into it. You notice how this sounds stupid? Do you notice how it sounds like I'm talking into the back of the microphone because I'm talking into the back of the fucking microphone? Knock, knock. Hello? Hello, is this working? Is this thing on? Can you hear? Okay. So I don't know what it is about these fake radio guys, Mersh effectors, whatever. They all don't know how microphones. It's crazy. He was actually on the professional man's radio. This should not be possible. How do you just point the microphone at your mouth, okay? Think of it like a shotgun. Think of it like the metaphorical shotgun that you should be using. Take vitamin S when it comes to your microphone. Everybody, this is a tip for everyone out there. Point it right at your mouth. Now, there's some microphones. You can talk into them like this. You can. I mean, you can. Something. You can talk into it like this. It's retarded. Doesn't this sound slightly better? I'm not doing anything with my voice. So, testing. Hello. All right, sorry. That was bothering me. I've been looking at his microphone, pointing up at his Pillsbury dough head, and I just can't believe. Like, you know what it is, too? You know, I look at things artistically. And in a painting, in a drawing, you know, you have the different lines of perspective and stuff. And sometimes what you do is you point those lines. You'll purposefully tweak a line so that it's pointing at the subject matter. So when I see this microphone pointing up to this bizarre angle at his head, I go, oh, the point of this horrific graphical deluge of nightmares is I'm the focal point here. I'm supposed to look at his tarantula. I'm supposed to be checking out his ranch.
Yes, we made it this far.
Oh, Paul Polito says you got this, MSO. No, guys, that's bad.
No, that means you don't have
guys,
this tomorrow.
That puts us on the road to not being able to do it. We miss enough of these. We can't do this anymore.
You actually won't. You just won't hear from us ever.
Yeah, you just. It won't be like here's the farewell show. It'll just be like, guys, I gotta go to the coal mines. Sorry about that.
You're going straight to the coal mines.
Oh my, yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
All right, Skeezy says tax exempt Church of Steel Toe. Fill up the offering plate. Let it happen.
We just show this evidence.
Oh, yeah, right?
We're right in there.
Streamlabs, PayPal, nothing coming in. No fucking rally whatsoever today. Let's hit.
So he's like, what? Where's my free money? You're supposed to.
That 150 and do this thing.
You lose us.
Get ridiculous.
You lose us. They want you gone. They had 4 hours to not lose you, ape.
Ridiculously generous.
And you know what? Now it's time to talk about the forehead in the room. You know, I don't agree with everybody. I think people are too tough on ape, okay? Obviously, we have a bit of a problem. There's something going on here. I can't quite put my forehead on it, but there is a bizarre thing happening. Everybody wants to act like ape is not way too attractive for this condensed soup can of a man. All right. And I'm not going to do that. To me, that feels too copy. April's attractive. Okay. I'm going to say it right. You know what? I'm going to be upfront about it. I'm just going to be downright sincere about this. I think actually April's hot. I don't even think her forehead's that bad. Now, listen, could she make a giant, drastic improvement if she was to, let's say, part her hair down the middle? Listen, when I look at her, I go, every time I think, just part your hair down the middle. That solves all your problems. And people have been mocking her 5-head for over a year now, I assume. So why not just start parting in the middle? Then it hides it. You know, it just hides your 5-head. I got a 5-head. Part it in the middle. It's a magic trick. She won't do it. So that leads me to ask you this. This is a question I don't think anybody has asked this yet. If it's that big of a deal to her that she needs to keep the swoop, she needs to part it on the right, what is she hiding under the bang? Something horrific, something terrifying is happening under the other side. Listen, I watch Captain Planet. I know about scary female villains. When half of their face is hidden by hair, there's like a deformity under there or something. She was hit by toxo ooze. something happened to her, you know, an acid attack, an ecological terror event. Part of her forehead has an eyeball on it. Something is hiding under the bang. We need to start a hashtag. Hashtag what's under the bang. Okay? If you're somehow not blocked by these people on Twitter, tweet it at them. Now, everybody who follows me got blocked by them yesterday, which is crazy. I've never done a show on them. We got blocked yesterday. I got blocked by April yesterday. I'm going to talk about that in just a bit. But listen, April is not ugly. I mean, the hairstyle, it's really just the hairstyle choice. She could fix all of this with a barrette. You know, the right accoutrement, go to Claire's. There will be no more memes about you if you just go to Claire's Boutique and Bar and Grill in the mall.
Oh my God. You've got new people in here who hate our guts.
But I think she's hot. My thing is I actually think April is very sexually attractive, personally, to me.
And don't like us and think we're the devil.
Oh, wait. I can't talk over this part.
50 and do this thing.
You lose us.
Get ridiculously generous. Oh my God. You've got new people in here who hate our guts and don't like us and think we're the devil.
Right.
We're looking like assholes in front of our new obsessions.
That's true.
Aaron would be back.
Now, that's an interesting Freudian turn of phrase that he's talking about me being in the chat room. And he's saying that we're his new obsessions. No. I'm your old obsession. You are my current fling.
Back working the station in Litchfield. No, I can't. No, I'd never make enough money at the station in Litchfield to be able to keep this household powered.
Now, people are wondering what this thing is he's holding up, the collection plate. It's actually just an ashtray. He stole this from a casino and then put a steel toe sticker in it. He actually ate the cigarette butts out of it first.
Shit, maybe I'll keep
let nothing go to waste.
FDA, the cheese factory.
Right? Oh, boy.
He learned that one from Mersh.
Boy. Maybe I could become a target.
Oh, now this is fascinating to me. Hang on, let's listen to this.
Station in Litchfield to be able to keep this household powered.
Shit, maybe I'll keep FDA, the cheese factory.
Right? Oh, boy.
So right here, they're like joking about the idea of somebody in chat's like, uh-oh, you're going to have to go work back at the factory or something again, ape. Apparently she used to work at a factory. I don't know. But so they're trying to get them to, like, they're basically saying in the chat room, if you don't get all of your beggar bucks, then you're going to have to get a real job. And they're like, not me. No, I don't think so. This is fascinating to me. This is one of the things that killed me the first time I saw them. The first time I saw all of this, when you look at this monstrosity, in my head, I look at this and I think boomer. Like, it looks like a boomer thing. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't this look like 2016? You're trying to appeal to the MAGA crowd. And I guess that's probably what they're doing. The name Steel Toe Morning Show. All right, number one, if you're putting the word radio, if you're putting the phrase morning show, radio show, it's a lot of internet stuff out there doing this, folks. And they get away with it way too long. I can think of one guy who had radio show for way too long, Jules.
I'm a fag.
Aw. You're not a morning show. I don't care if you're on every morning. You're not a morning show. That's not a thing anymore. You're an internet show that people watch whenever they fucking feel like. Okay? Steel Toe Morning Show. I hear Steel Toe and I think, oh, he's trying to appeal to the everyman. Oh, look, I'm a working stiff like you. I'm a blue collar type guy. Meanwhile, here he is going, please don't make me work a real job ever again. Me work at the Cheesecake Factory? I don't think so. Here I am listening to my favorite morning show hosted by my drive time married couple radio guys. I'm headed to the Cheesecake Factory and I'm like, I love it. What the fuck did you just say? The car flips 1,000 times through the air. I land in St. Cloud, Minnesota, directly on top of these retards as they laugh at their... You basically do You cannot shit on real people's jobs, especially when your name is Steel Toe. When you're trying to sell, you have never worn a pair of combat boots or Timberlands or work boots of any kind ever before in your life. Ever. I refuse to believe it. This dainty little man, he's never done a day's real labor. I can tell April has. She looks fucking rough. She looks like a leatherneck to me, but which I think is a type of turtle. Actually, he looks like a type of turtle, maybe a terrapin or something. Anyway, so you can't shit on your audience's job when you're begging them for their money. You shouldn't do that anyway. Like, even if you're not a beggar, you know, even if you have like if you're selling shit, you sell merch, you've got a paywall, whatever slightly more legit form of job there is on the internet, you shouldn't be sitting there going like, can't believe you idiots are having to go off to the toilet factory to suck off a guy to give me my money. The people you're shaking the collection plate at are your middleman to the toilet factory. You basically are one step removed from working at the toilet factory. You don't have a real job. I don't have a real job. I don't call it a real job. I'm not Mersh sitting there complaining, oh, I gotta work. I'm doing real work out here, Zen Rhino. Hey, Zen Rhino. You gotta work so I can eat. You guys gotta pee in the toilet factory so I can eat. Poor Zen Rhino, too. This idiot. Zen Rhino is actually Zen Rhino is a fucked in the head, severe autist, okay?
I have autism. I can't help it.
Severe. And I say that with the utmost love and respect because I love autism. Zen Rhino is fucked in the head, and unfortunately, he keeps getting grifted by these freaks. Now, Zen Rhino, back when I was friendly with Mersh, Zen Rhino was a fan of PodAwful. And the second I made fun of Mersh, he jumped ship. And I made fun of Zen. I didn't make fun of Zen for jumping ship. I made fun of him for liking Mersh. He didn't like that. Here's the thing. Zen Rhino is smarter than all of these guys, than most of the ROTC fans, than all of the Steel Toe fans. Zen Rhino's kind of an evil genius. And I feel bad for him. I watched that clip at the beginning of the show. Mersh complaining about Zen's donos going to Steel Toe rather than send up your envelopes and all this stuff. Here's the thing. Zen Rhino has been secretly clipping and making fun of Mersh behind his back forever now. If you go watch it, he makes these terrible, he records his screen and makes these terrible clips of Steel Toe and Mersh. Maybe some other people, I don't know. He used to do PodAwful. And I'm going to tell you this right now, and I think I've put this offer out there before. Zen, give these guys up. They're never, they only want you for your buck. I'm real with you, man. I'm 100% real with you. I've told you to your face before, I think you're an autistic retard. I actually am 100% afraid of you as a, mentally unwell freak of a human being. But I like you. I actually legitimately like you because you're devious, and I'm serious about this. And I know that you're a troll. I know you're secretly trolling these guys, but you also do have a deep, insecure love for them. So offers back on the table here, Zen, okay? I am 100% willing if Zen Rhino publicly on his YouTube channel makes a clip, records himself on a screen, and uploads it saying, I renounce Mersh, I renounce ROTC, I renounce Toe. If you say that, we will welcome you back to PodAwful. I will give you free pizza fund, okay, forever. I expect no money from you, zero. But you also are not allowed to interact with me ever for any reason. All right? And I think that's a fair deal. Now, I may message you. I'm allowed to say to you, I would like you to do this. I need you to steal content from Steel Toe for me. But you are never allowed to contact me first. That offer's on the table. That's respect. That's legit. Okay? I feel bad. No more $15 from Zen Rhino to any shows. Zen Rhino, keep your money. Do you know Zen Rhino has a kid? Isn't that psycho? He might even have more than one. This man has children. And I don't think he sees them. I'm not sure. Listen, I'm talking on my ass on this one. I got this like third hand from a fucking Facebook post or something. But it doesn't sound like a great life for Zen Rhino. This man should be able to keep, I don't care if it's coming from SSI or from stealing an SSI check from the guy next door. However he's making his money, whether it's disability or something that we didn't even know existed before called severe retard disability, an extra special $3,000 extra a month, severe retard, extreme disability to the max. And then there's one of these at the end. However he's making it, he needs to keep all of that money. Okay, so you need content. I'll give you content in exchange for your, not loyalty to me, by the way, your complete lack of loyalty to these freaks.
Maybe I could become a Target manager and get some of that Homeland Security money.
Oh, you should. I have never gone into a Target and had somebody come up to me and go, hey, are you finding everything okay? And I go, yeah, no, I'm just browsing. And then they go, please, I need a paycheck. They don't pay me. Anything. I'll take anything. Do you have 12 cents? I don't know. Do you know Zen Rhino?
Oh, hell yeah. Just really hawk that shit.
Egg pickers.
I'll be in swimwear, thanks. I'll just...
Says, how about a lithium mine? Yeah, maybe that too. Who knows?
You can sell Teslas.
Literally any of these things are more respectable than whatever this is you're doing.
Come on, guys. Streamlabs.
Come on, guys. Right now. Chop, chop. Come on, lithium miners. Come on, Target managers. Pass them papers up.
PayPal, we got 5 minutes left to do this thing. Streamlabs, PayPal.
Steel toe. Steel toe. Hey, I'm a working guy. That's so sick. Because think about it. You need to think about it. He was on we say a real radio guy. We're talking like a fucking fourth-rate, who cares market. Nobody gives a shit fucking St. Minacloud Soda Pop, Missouri, or wherever the fuck he's from. He's on the being on the radio there is like you walk into the wrong janitor's closet and you're on the radio. Like you can stumble into you don't have to go to college for that job. There's no communications majors working on the radio there. It's like a guy they knew. Hey, that guy once said something funny at a bar. That's how you get on the radio there. So you know a guy like that, when he comes up with a name like Steel Toe Morning Show, he's trying to appeal to the guys that he's imagining in his head will like him. Who's going to like me? I'm a man's man. I'm a guy's guy. Yeah, and maybe that worked when they couldn't fucking see you on the radio. That would be like me having imagine I'm on the real radio and I'm like, hey everybody, welcome to Pumping Iron with Jesse P.S. Welcome to Big Guy Woman Hater Man Club. This is your host, Jesse Explosion.
Super chats, memberships, Rumble rants. What do you got for it?
And I know he's got some gay fake story of why it's called Steel. Actually, it's because I feel like I keep getting the shit kicked out of me everywhere I go. Life's kicking the shit out of me, but hey, I got steel ball. Or, some stupid fuck. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're trying to appeal to the lowest common denominator. He thought that he was better than those people. And he still does, clearly. He's less than them. Every single job they named just now, every single one of them makes more money than him. A Target manager? Are you kidding me? You think they're not better off than the Imholtes?
150 away. We are at your mercy trying to keep our show going. This week has been a weird week. We've hit them all, but it's been rough.
Don't say that out loud. You have the option. Just say that inside your head and never anywhere else. Certainly not in front of your wife.
Really rough.
It's definitely been rough.
Maybe
you guys got down to this 150 so quick. I think we started at 280 today.
It was really quick, yeah.
Come on, finish it off. Get there. 4 minutes to go.
Okay, so they beg and beg and beg. Now, eventually they do get it. They actually get to go, but it took everything. And it took like the same people donating hundreds of times over and over again. She sounds so crestfallen. Ha, 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 says Chewy in the chat. Exactly. Now, I'm going to let you in on my secret, okay? This is my secret, my truth on all of this. So I told you, I never wanted to cover these guys. People have been messaging me since middle of last year at least, saying, you got to do Steel Toe. People go into our Discord and say, you got to do Steel Toe, which, by the way, like, Steel Toe's going to take that to mean they're popular or something. This was my absolute biggest anxiety, my biggest worry about people coming to me with a Steel Toe shit is they'll think that means they're doing something right. Sick in the head retards believe that, like, we must be doing something right if we got haters. No, it means you're doing things wrong. Especially when a great deal of people are your haters. And I don't mean like, I mean like the people literally watching you every day. The over 50% of your audience appears to be haters. You know how I know that? If your chat's not moving, let's say you're not buying live views, and I kind of think they're not because they're broke, clearly. If your chat's not moving and you've got 360 people watching, then a large percentage of those people are banned from chat, most likely. If I had to guess, if the chat is 4 guys who you can barely get to send you $100, then, something's wrong. Something's off. These people look at having haters as good. The numbers are going up. Okay. Well, is that good when it's your viral load? So I was worried about that. And every time someone messaged me, every time someone posted about them on Discord, someone tweeted to me, this is embarrassing for me to do. I'd have to pull them aside, and people can back me up on this. And I would have to say to them privately, hey man, listen, I had to delete your comment, or I'm ignoring your comment or whatever, because I don't want to give these guys the time of day. They sicken me. There's nothing more horrifying to me than the idea of these people. I want nothing to do with them ever. Now, that was my plan, and it was working for about a year. And then a few months ago, I start hearing more and more about them. And Patrick Melton from Nobody Likes Onions, which is another podcast like this one, where, he just makes fun of shit online. And he's been doing it for even longer than I have. I think he's been around since like 2004 or something. Patrick Melton has been making fun of these guys. And I tuned into a Nobody Likes Onions. And now some of the Onions people are kind of on me. And I'm in their Discord and stuff. So I'm seeing this shit every once in a while. So I formulated a plan. All right. I thought, how can I do a show about these guys where they will never want to talk about it? How can I make it the worst, like most toxic thing that they could ever possibly have to tiptoe around on the internet? And I'm racking my brain thinking of like all the awful, horrific things I could do to these people. And then it hit me. It's not what you would think. I realized that the way to really do it would be to do what everyone else refuses to do, which is pretend they are good. So I hatched a plan, I formulated a plan, and just by coincidence, for the first time just the other week, I finally messaged Patrick Melton about this idea. I messaged him on Twitter and I said, okay, listen, I have no intention of ever covering these guys more than one time. Would you come on as a guest? And I'm going to go over Steel Toe. And of course, people will freak out. His audience will freak out. My audience will freak out. Oh, it's happening. It's finally happening. Jesse's doing it. And then the joke, and I didn't tell Patrick this, but the joke in my mind is going to be that I bring Patrick on and he like gives me the lore and he walks me through all the things. And then I was going to go, I don't know. These guys seem pretty, I don't know. That's pretty funny. These guys are actually pretty good at this. They're cool. And I was just going to completely shit all over Melton. And you might be thinking, well, why would Steel Toe not like that? Well, they would know. They would know in their heart of hearts. Steel Toe would know inside, because he's a big fan of mine, that I'm lying and joking. And all of the people in chat would be pissed at me, and they'd all be going, Jesse, what are you talking about? These guys are the worst. They're so obviously bad. But Toe would be sitting there stewing in it. And that would be the signal to him and the signal to my audience to leave me alone about them. It didn't go the way anybody wanted. Not for Patrick, not for the audience, not for Toe. Maybe Ape. So I've hatched this plan. Patrick, he doesn't see my DM. He gets back to me late. He goes, I'll read you the DM from Patrick. Wasn't planning on this, but let's see if I can find it. Here we go. So, yeah, I said, would you guest on an episode of my show? I'm thinking about doing one episode covering Steel Toe for the first time. I have no plans of ever doing it again. He said, sorry, this went to requests. You don't need me to do it. If I can add something, sure, but I doubt I can. I'd love to see you do it with your own takes. Loved the Mersh stuff, and I haven't even watched a quarter of it. All right, pretty good. Well, Pat's a fan. So I thought, okay, he doesn't want to do it. Maybe he senses something. Maybe he doesn't like me stepping in his territory. I totally get that. Maybe I just need to tell him what my idea. Maybe he should be in on the idea. Maybe he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want another guy as like competition. So I told him the idea. The next day, the unthinkable happened. Okay, I had just messaged Patrick my idea. I'm thinking maybe he'll be into it now that he knows. The next day, a goon of ours went live. All right. And this goon is named Mr. Burgers. And Mr. Burgers has been a goon of this show for over 3 years at this point. Mr. Burgers knows PodAwful very well. Mr. Burgers actually inserted himself into our lore. This is Mr. Burgers. And it's actually a great... He did this very funny thing. He saw that another one of our goons, Tom Gully, has been doing these live call-in shows. We've been messing with Tom Gully. So Mr. Burgers decided to do his own call-in show. The calls were great. They were so funny. I recommend, go to his channel. It's called Mr. SPERGERS. Mr. SPERGERS channel. Go watch this one. Very funny. The calls were great until they were shit. All of a sudden, people were calling in and we didn't know who they were. It's like, where did these guys come from? Wait, does Mr. SPERGERS have his own new set of trolls that we don't know about? Now, this is coming back to Steel Toe. Don't worry. Watch this.
And we're not lovers, Spooky Sammy, or Spooky Sammy, I'd like to call you. Anyway, I got another call. I'm gonna.
We are lovers.
All right, I'm gonna end and accept. Hello, another.
Okay, well, that was kind of funny.
Caller, is this Moonlight?
Hi. Yeah. Hi.
Oh, hi. Not.
Yeah. Hello.
So ignore the little beep. You're gonna hear people calling in, the little beeps in the background. Just ignore that.
Part of the Mr. Spurger fan club.
Okay, so I'm part of the Mr. Spurger. I don't recognize the voice. Nobody in Discord recognizes this. What is this bit they're doing? There's this really gross, like, disgusting thing that happens where a new guy shows up and he doesn't get the bit. He doesn't know what's going on. He hasn't lurked long enough to know what's going on, so he tries his own thing out. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is somebody new to PodAwful.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. Are you from that show, the Steel Toe show?
My heart sank. Okay? My heart sank. This is the day after I talked to Patrick about this. My heart sank. How the fuck does Mr. Spurgers know what Steel Toe is?
Is that where you guys come from?
No, we did. This is just a group of my friends that really love you.
That's good to hear. I'm glad to have some love.
Yeah, Mr. Spurger, I love you.
Thank you. But I reserve my love for Boat and various celebrities that never talk to me.
Oh, yeah?
I got another call.
Right.
I'm gonna have to let you go and accept this call. I love you too. Thank you. Hello.
Okay, so that call sucked. So we're all sitting there, slack-jawed, dumbfounded.
Welcome to Mr. Spurger.
Dumbfounded. I'm wondering, how does he know what Steel Toe is? And of course, we're thinking, like, well, okay, then I guess that's where these terrible callers are coming from. So let me go to I got to find the next time code here. So I called into the show. All right. I call in and I want to know what's up.
That was Trevor telling me that.
Well, yeah, but Trevor was confused because he saw this queen of karma in chat saying that shit. I think that's why he thought that. Now that's number one. Number two, you mentioned something a little bit ago. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. You said you mentioned something called Steel Toe.
Yeah, some show that got me like 100 subscribers in 2 days, or something, like 150 even. They like mentioned me.
Were you on their show?
I never was. They just featured me as some, or like talked about me or something, and people started following.
Do you know what video that was in?
No, I have no idea. You'll have to dig through it. It's about about 2 months ago.
Here's an interesting thing, Mr. Burgers. I mean, you know me. You know a lot of the people here watching you are my family.
I'm sadly aware of that. I mean, I'm aware of that, sadly.
And you hang out with a lot of these guys in our Discords all the time. And I've had a few of these guys come to me before and say, oh, you got to check out this Steel Toe thing. These guys suck. They're basically Mersh, you know Mersh. He sucks.
Spooky Sammy's lying again.
I never really, huh?
Spooky Sammy's lying in chat.
What did he say?
You lost 100 subs. You didn't gain any subs. I gained about 150 in 2 days or so. If I lost 100 subs.
Just to be clear, obviously Steel Toe did not get him 100 subs. That doesn't make any sense. Obviously, clearly he did not. Maybe they bought him. So I think what happened is, here's the thing, is Mr. SPERGERS actually keeps going a little bit viral he keeps making YouTube shorts, like clickbait YouTube shorts, and then also posting his stuff to Reddit. So there's a possibility he got some subscribers from that. But I think what Steel Toe did is they went, hey, they probably reached out to him on an alt account, because this is the way they move. They do these scummy little tactics like this. It's very Mersh-like, where they'll pretend to be their own audience member and then go to you and go, hey, we heard about you on Steel Toe, the Steel Toe show. Everybody knows about Steel Toe. Anyway, hey, Steel Toe just said he's getting you 1,000 new subscribers. And then you see a little uptick that just happens to be happening at the same time. You go, oh, okay, I guess that was Steel Toe. Oh, wow, those guys are great. They're my new best friends.
I'll probably bitch about it and blame YouTube or something.
Spooky Sammy's a good guy. I think he might just be mistaken. But anyway, point is, I've had a lot of people mention the Steel Toe to me, saying they're as bad as Mersh. I need to cover them. And, I don't know anything about, I've never watched their show. I don't know anything about them. It doesn't really even seem like a show to me. But I do remember that they one time left a bunch.
That is very true, by the way. This is not Steel Toe to me is not a show. I don't know how to describe it. It's like an infiltration of your mind by accident, by some sort of autistic child's wish.
Comments on my YouTube channel, like, kind of sucking my dick, telling me how great I am or whatever. And so I have a feeling if they mentioned you, they must know about you from me.
And people are noticing, by the way, in the background, how trashed, how crazy Mr. SPERGERS' room is. If you're not familiar with the Mr. SPERGERS stuff, it's all in the Pizza Fund, PodAwful.pizza. There's free episodes there, by the way. Pizza Fund's not just, the website, PodAwful.com. It's not just paid episodes. There's a lot of free shit there that I'm not allowed to put on YouTube anymore, so go check it out. Mr. SPERGERS' episodes are actually great. He is a psycho. He's a complete manic freak, and if you go through his videos on YouTube, a lot of them are about me or related to me, or he's talking about me in them, or he's got chats in the comment section about me.
There's no way they don't. There's no way they know who you are otherwise. And I feel like they're trying to poach a goon from me. You know what I mean?
Well, you haven't covered me in a few months at least, so that's what happens. You don't cover someone.
Well, I haven't. I did post that. Remember when I posted that Willy Wonka video?
Yeah, you posted an older one of me, as featured video for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So they saw that, obviously.
So that's a very important thing to note. For months, when you went to my YouTube channel, the video that would autoplay on there was a Mr. SPERGERS video. I mean, he's sitting on the camera just like this. All you see is Mr. SPERGERS. It's pretty easy to know PodAwful, Mr. SPERGERS are maybe somehow a little related. But even that isn't... I completely forgot that the last episode we had done, right before I called Mr. SPERGERS, we had a whole video of him. The Catan episode, we went over a SPERGERS video in that. We talked about him like he's an SCP, the whole deal.
Well, I think he might have found me through like a random video pop up. Like, I had like a bunch of
there's
videos.
no chance. There's no. They watch my show. There's
That
no
sucks.
chance.
You like
Here's
to take
the thing.
credit.
They're trying to poach you from me because they have no content. They're not very good at what they do. Like if I'm not listen, I don't even make fun of that. They're so bad, I don't even make fun of them. You know what I mean?
They're worse than Mersh.
Way worse. I have to imagine. I mean, they're just unwatchable. So here's the thing: is I don't like when I mean, you know this, Jesse. Like, I know we have our back and forth.
Just in case you don't know, Mr. SPERGER's name is also Jesse. I don't want this to be too confusing for anybody. But by the way, that might also be a clue to anybody out there, to any goon poachers out there. If the guy's name is Jesse, he probably belongs to me. Let's be honest.
Jesse, like, I know we have our back and forth, and sometimes we're enemies, and sometimes I'd say we're even friends.
Yeah, like the time they had me perform for your show, the Even Flow, Leaving Dough. That's fun.
I loved that. Here's the thing: is I know you don't like that term "goon."
I use it incorrectly myself. I use it way incorrectly myself. I'll be honest. I use it to call your fans as goons.
Yeah. You misuse the term all the time, and I don't like to call you a lol cow. By the way, I know you've called yourself that, but I don't think of you that way. I like you. So here's the thing. I hope you understand. Number one, they claim they got you 100 subscribers. It's probably just 100 of their own alt accounts. They don't have that many people. Number two, obviously, many of your subscribers that you already had, I brought to you.
I think that maybe it's like true for like a quarter of them. I would say maybe 100 of 400 are your people.
Well, that's a lot.
I'd say it's a lot, but most of them, I would say maybe 200, 250 of them come from my random shorts of like food and weird stuff. And like the last 50, maybe the last 50 to 100 are actual like
I've been telling people to go check out your shorts.
Yeah, in chat, they're saying so many people poached Mini Manson. And that's true. Now, listen, I'm not the first to steel toe here, and I'm not claiming them. Okay? And I will never go over them again. You see now, I hear him talk about steel toe. I realize they've covered Mr. SPERGERS. I go, I'm getting baited. And man, it's working. It's working on me. And so here we are. I guess I fell for it, but I got to do it. Now, with Mini Manson, I wasn't the first to cover Mini Manson, but I legitimately found Mini Manson. Mini Manson actually came to me because I was saying I was best friends with Marilyn Manson. Mini Manson fell in my lap, but once I covered Mini Manson, suddenly 1,000 other people are covering Mini Manson. I mean, it's that simple. The craziest part, and where I'm really freaking out while I'm having this conversation, I'm trying to sound cool, calm, and collected right now. I'm freaking out while talking to him because I'm thinking, how many of my other goons have they been secretly poaching and I have no idea because I refuse to watch their show? This is that's a horrifying thought. They've just been sitting there stealing from me the entire time and I didn't know it.
It's too, so that might be them too. But the point I'm trying to make here is, listen, man, I own you as a goon. Like, you're my goon.
True.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like you're my slave or anything, but you're sort of my intellectual property.
Well, that's not true, but you can claim it if you want.
Well, no, think about it like this. They have no history with you. You inserted yourself into my life, right? Like, you admit that.
Yeah, I did go on some rants and like say you're going to jail and stuff and like think weird messages.
So me talking about you makes sense. These guys why are these guys talking about you? Because you barely even review burgers. Like, what did they even? Do you know what they shared of yours?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, I'm very interested to find this out because I didn't want to cover these guys at all. But now I'm finding out they're trying to poach my intellectual property, my goon.
They need to poach Mersh. Then you get really pissed because Mersh is like your main goon.
You know what's so crazy? These guys are friends with Mersh.
So even my goons know my other. I mean, I've got a whole gooniverse here. Okay, do you understand? Do you understand how bizarre it is to cover Mr. Spergers? It's like what Mersh said at the beginning of the show. You heard it in that clip there where he's like, "This is like a Nightwave specific thing. Like I went out and found this guy. It doesn't make sense for Steel Toe to be cut." Same, bro. Me and Mersh. Boom. Yeah, I get it. I'm 100% with you on that. The whole reason Mr. Spergers is in my life is because he threatened to murder me. Then he threatened to have me sent off to the FBI and arrested. And then he threatened to be the FBI and kill me.
I am the FBI. You will all die. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Ah! Ah!
I don't just have an entire soundboard of Mr. Burgers for no reason.
This is an update from the retarded pedophile rapist Jesse Radin. Wee, wee, wee.
The Pepsi's advertising later Pepsi, but it's actually Cherry Pepsi.
I've even got his dad.
That was a fragment of hamburger burger skin.
Sorry, that was him doing an impression of his dad. This is his dad.
Let me show you this fragment of hamburger.
Okay, we've covered the man's father. I've spoken to his father on the show. I need you to realize, you might be new. You might be brand new because you're here from Steel Toe stuff. You might be here from literally Steel Toe, and you're like, I don't get it. What's the problem? What's the problem? This would be like if I was covering Steel Toe's mom. Okay? Do you understand? That's how close a connection this is between me and Mr. Spergers. This would be like if my new goon on the block was Aaron's ex-wife. What's her name? Letitia LaRue or something like that. This would be like if I was like, hey guys, I invented a brand new thing. It's called This Guy's Ex-Wife and Children. It's basically the same. It's bizarre. It is really, really strange.
Like Mersh.
I'm gonna look at my YouTube. I'm looking at my subscriber count and try to figure out. I'm going to help you out here. I'm looking at my subscriber count and then calculate based on the day that came out that subscriber count went up so much, and then that will give you a hint.
Listen, I don't care about that because they probably just bought you subscribers.
Well, I mean, I'm going to show you. I'm looking at my subscriber count and then figure out what day they featured me because that would be when they featured.
Here's the only thing I know about these guys at all, beyond that they once tried to suck my dick to get me to be friends with them.
Which is true.
They every episode of their show apparently. I heard this like third hand, but apparently this is true. Every single episode of their show, they're like begging their audience by literally rattling a can for loose change. They're like begging their audience for money and beg so that they can do like another hour of show. That's like their grift.
Yeah.
And then they never get it. Nobody ever gives them the money. These guys are really, really piss poor. So I really, I'm getting copied and stolen from left and right here. Mr. Spergers, as a sometimes friend, but as you and I are like, the Batman and Joker. We're intrinsically linked, right?
Batman and Joker, Superman and Lex Luthor or whatever.
Exactly.
But I don't know who. I think we both switch sides too. I think we're both of those things sometimes.
I'm fine with you being Superman. I don't care. My point is, I need you to right now pledge, say to all the people out there, because this Queen of Karma is trying to do it too. I need everybody out there to understand that you are a PodAwful goon. I had you first. And I understand maybe you don't want to say you're my intellectual property, but you have to at least admit, like, it doesn't make sense for these other people to be trying to turn you into a lol cow, because you're not a lol cow. You really
honestly,
aren't.
By the way, in the chat, they're saying we're Spider-Man and the Green Goblin. Yeah, that's actually more accurate. We're more Spider-Man and the Green Goblin, and you'll see why in a minute.
I would say I wasn't a lol cow when they called me one at first, but then I became one when I got manic. Maybe not when I got really manic 2 years later, but then maybe I'm not one anymore. I was one 6 years ago.
You know what makes someone a lol cow, though, right?
A lack of self-awareness, mainly.
Well, that's part of. Obviously, it's like the weird things that make them weird, and obviously you've got that. But
I mean, we literally, the last time we covered Mr. Burgers in the pot, we went into overtime. We begged our way into the pizza fund, and then we covered Mr. Burgers' penis on the show. That's how weird it is for another show to cover Mr. Spurgers, okay? Until you're getting dick pics from the Goon, you're probably not on the same level. Wait until you see what they did when it comes to covering Mr. Spurgers. It's unreal.
But what makes them a lol cow is that they're milkable for laughs. That's the joke of lol cow, right? You can milk them for laughs. And nobody does that to you except me. These steel toe guys getting you subscribers, is that them milking you for laughs? No. So as the only guy who milks you for laughs, I'm saying I don't even think of you as a lol cow. These guys certainly lay no claim to you. So I would just, as a friend, I would really appreciate it if you just made it known publicly now that you are a PodAwful goon first and foremost, and anybody else is a pretender trying to copy me.
And I think those are all reasonable requests, by the way. By the way, is that Chori Queso? And Chori Queso's made songs for PodAwful, and he made the theme song. The theme song of PodAwful is Chori Queso. He says, "I'm thrilled to see Jesse P.S. cover Steel Toe, but fuck, it's pulled some serious retards from the Dabbleverse in here. Jesse is not going to give a fuck about Chad or Ray or Kevin. Just stop. I don't even know who those people are." He's right. I'm not going to care. Okay, sorry. I exist in a different universe. I'm on the moon. It's a different thing, okay?
I am a PodAwful goon.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I needed
I can't help it.
Look at Burger Challenge.
Get raped vinegar hater. I said vinegar, not vinegar.
Get raped nigger hater.
Ibdy, that's all, folks.
Okay. That's all I needed to hear.
I'm open to being other things as well, sorry.
Well, okay, maybe a gay guy or something.
I'm open to being anyone's goon in general.
No, take that back.
I'm a goon. I'll let that.
You are a goon. There we go.
Part.
Okay, will you at least admit anyone else covering you is copying me?
Well, I can't admit that because it's likely that someone else could find me organically and call me a goon on their own.
How likely is it that these guys found you organically?
I'll go ahead and answer that. It's 0% likely. It's impossible. It's straight up not the case. I could keep going. There's more. I even called back in, but I just went ahead and Mr. Spurgers gave me some info. I found the episode where Steel Toe stole my goon.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PodAwful.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAwful.pizza.
Okay, so join the Pizza Fund, PodAwful.pizza. Again, tons of free stuff. You can make a free account over at PodAwful.com. You get access to more stuff in our Discord as well that way. Check out the free shit. If you like it, subscribe, join the Pizza Fund. We don't use Patreon because I was banned. I'm not allowed to post most of my shit on YouTube because I was banned. I keep getting banned from Twitter. So if you want to follow along with what is going on and all of the 14 years of PodAwful history, all of the old episodes, all of that shit, Go check it out. PodAwful.com, PodAwful.pizza. I saw Citizen M in the chat. He actually made part of that clip at the beginning of the show. He's got a funny comment here. He says, where did it go? He says, Jesse stole Red Bar's catchphrase for his theme song, but it's a great tune. So Citizen M is like Zen Rhino. He's this, take no sides. He's a double agent. He's playing on everybody. And of course, he's making a joke that, listen, this is something that needs to be said. I mean, this is something that needs to be addressed I don't know if I've said this on a show yet. I know I've said it on the internet. Red Bar's watching. That's the PodAwful theme song. It's been the PodAwful theme song for years. PodAwful's watching you. Troy Queso made the music for that. He's in the chat. Okay. Do I need to play the theme song? Listen to the theme song real quick. Okay. Hang on a second.
Or would you pay Jesse?
It's been in here for years. Happy to be here. PodAwful's watching you.
Or would you pay Jesse PS?
Jesse PS. Of PodAwful.
Of PodAwful.
Do you know how bad Aaron Imholte would kill for Red Bar to say something like that about him, for him to clip? This Aaron guy is Red Bar obsessed. It's crazy to me. And again, Red Bar's watch this phrase. They started using this phrase long after it was already a PodAwful thing. It's crazy. It's crazy what gets stolen. It's crazy what gets pulled. I can't believe the Mr. Burger shit. So, Aaron must see the Red Bar's watching thing. He hears the PodAwful theme. He thinks, oh, it's just up for grabs. Oh, I guess everybody's doing it, so I can do it too. He is a Red Bar super fan. Every time he talks about me, he brings up Red Bar, which is going to be very, very funny here in a second. Every time he needs to shit on me, what does he say? It's the same fucking lazy thing that everybody says, which is he's doing Red Bar. He's doing Red Bar. Oh, you're a shitty version of Red. What did Red Bar invent, by the way? Being Opie and Anthony? What did he invent? Being Howard Stern? Here's what I've taken from him. TV and clapping. I'm not allowed to do this, and I'm not allowed to have a television. Could have sworn the news invented that, and also TV. But no one's ever able to name anything. They just say you're doing a shitty one. I am watching this fucking Aaron guy. I'm listening to him. I don't know anything about Opie and Anthony. And I know that his voice is Anthony's fucking voice. It's as clear as fucking day that it's Anthony's voice. So let me be clear about something. Because, listen, we need to get into the psychology of why people like Mersh, why people like Aaron all lick Red Bar's ass while Red Bar is fucking shitting into his diaper and pouring it into their mouths. There is a sick psychology there, and it's clout chasing. That's all it is. They look at Red Bar, they go, his show is big. He must be rich. I don't want to piss him off. Now, listen, they don't want to piss me off either, but it's for different reasons. It's glad handing. Clout is a fucking disease, and PodAwful is the cure. And I get all this shit about, oh, clout chase this, clout chase this. Name the day. Name the time that I'm sitting there having some dude shit all over me, and I'm going, but actually, he's good. I'm a shitty Red Bar. Okay, you're a shitty Kumia, Aaron. You're a shitty Kumia, and let me be clear, Red Bar is also a shitty Kumia. What does that make you? There ain't nothing new going on over there. He's just the guy who's had a podcast the longest, I guess. Maybe. I don't even think that's true. I think that's kind of a lie, actually. I think he was just uploading audio files to his own website and no one could. There weren't podcasts. He claims to have had a podcast since like 2001 or something. I don't know. But I swear to God, what do you think he invented? Did he invent having a kid sister for a co-host? Because that's what Ape is. Let's be clear about this. April is a kid sister. We've talked about these before. Who has kid sisters? You've got Steel Toe, Kid Sister co-host. You've got Red Bar, Jules. Anybody remember Jules? I did not mean to press that, but fine.
I'm a fag.
I can't find my Jules thing. I do have a Jules one. Oh, well. I don't know where it is. Anyway, Jules. You've got Alex Stein. He had a Kid Sister co-host. We've talked about this before. You have a young, blonde co-host. But here's the fascinating thing. Much like I don't know fucking anything about O&A, I don't know anything about Stern. This is why these things that you guys talk about don't interest me. Like, the people who sit there and like, you must know, you must have listened to it. It's like, wouldn't I have some sort of fascination with all these characters that all you losers are constantly wrapped up in if I had even an inkling of an idea of who any of them are? But I've got a guy a while ago who told me, like, yeah, I'm an old-time Howard Stern fan. And it's crazy because Mike from Red Bar, he had that year-long hiatus. And before the hiatus, he was Opie and Anthony. And when he came back, he was Howard Stern. And I was like, that's fascinating. I saw the comeback. What do you mean? I'm interested to know. He's like, okay, well, first of all, the city in the background. Howard Stern's studio has the same city in the background. I'm like, okay, tenuous. What else? He now uses Howard Stern's microphone. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. I mean, it's a specific microphone. Like, everybody's using these microphones. And he made a big deal on his first episode back about getting this microphone. I'm shocked Aaron doesn't have this microphone now. I'm shocked. And then I start thinking about it. What do I know about Howard Stern? And I go, well, he's got that gorilla he keeps in a cage across from him. He's got some sort of, there's a lady. Now, I know that the O&A guys, they all call a lady on a show a hole. But for some reason, Howard Stern gets to have a hole and no one seems to, I guess it's because she's some sort of talking gorilla. So I know he keeps her like over there. And I go, wait a second. He's got his talking gorilla, Jules, sitting off over there, and he now talks to her. Oh, he's got a Robin. He got himself a Robin, and all she does is detract. Everybody hates her. She drags the show down. She's constantly mentioning me, by the way. I get clips and links and people messaging me and saying, Jules brought you up. Jules seems to have a thing for you, Jesse. Jules keeps bringing you up. And I go, that's not... I mean, it's true. It is true. And I think it's because she knows at some point the man is going to expire. I mean, the milk has been in the fridge for a while now on that one. And I promised, I said, Mike, when you finally kick the butt, when the cardigan chokes you out and your safety shirt can't hold you up anymore, the weird shell you wear underneath your clothing, when it can no longer support your brittle bones, I will be there to take care of your kid sister. Jules will have a very comfortable hamster cage, a giant oversized. She'll have one of those, I don't know what they're called, the bottle that a hamster drinks out of. We'll give her a wheel, and she'll sit there. She'll power the moon base, and we'll keep her busy. Now, I only bring all this up, one, because Aaron constantly talks about Red Bar to a bizarre degree. And again, not in a making fun of him way, in a praising way, in a please be my friend way. I bring this up because, as I mentioned earlier, April blocked me on Twitter. Now, I've already tweeted this out. I said, I will not only get April to unblock me, I am going to make April the new co-host of PodAwful. It's going to happen. PodAwful's watching you. Because here's the thing. I said earlier, Aaron is going to be watching this. Well, here's who else is going to be watching this. April. Hey, April, what's up? Listen, I don't think you're ugly. Everyone else on the internet's got a problem with your forehead, not me. I think it's actually kind of cute. I actually think you're kind of sexy, and I actually already cleared this with my wife. Yeah, I'm married. So what? Doesn't mean you can't be my co-host. What if you sat there? What if I kept you in a cage right over there? Maybe down the hallway here. I don't know. You could just sit anywhere, and I just talk to you. You just be my kid sis. Maybe something else could happen. I don't know. You know, I heard a little rumor. Little bird got in my ear and told me that April and Aaron got together because April used to listen to Aaron on the radio. she was a fan of his radio show, and she would be sitting there working in her, toilet factory or whatever, working hard, listening to Aaron on the radio, dreaming of being with this slug of a human being. And I go, and I'm thinking to a lot of people must hear this story and be like, what the fuck? But then I think about my life and I go, wait a second, I'm punching way above my weight myself. In fact, my wife, half my girlfriends all came from looking at me on the internet. Can you believe that? Me neither, but it's true. Having these microphones is disgusting. It wields way too much influence over stupid women. By the way, honey, I love you. I know you're watching this, but again, you cleared this ahead of time. So I just want to be clear. When I first made fun of Red Bar on the show, Jules was watching. And Jules was really watching. And Jules kept bringing me up. And Jules couldn't stop thinking about me. And as a matter of fact, I recently went on some, this insane bitch, like this complete BPD creeps show. Her name's Chunkles. And this Chunkles girl, bizarre, hideous woman. She's a human STD. I can't fucking get rid of her. I went on her show as a joke. I didn't even think she would be that mad about it. I said a couple mean words, and she hasn't gotten over it. It's been days, and she can't let it go. I even told her, like, I was kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, please. It was a joke. I'm sorry. This wasn't serious on my part. She can't let it go. She keeps flirting with me on Twitter. It's disgusting. So here's what I would like to do. Here's what I want the audience to do. Clippers, clip. Shippers, ship. This has never been tried before in the history of podcasting, okay? This is real. I want you to start shipping me and April on the internet, on Twitter, on Reddit. Make memes in your Discords, in your creep secret Discords. I want you to make memes of me and April together. And April's going to see them memes. Even if she's got you blocked, they're going to get to her on Instagram. I want you to Photoshop me and her together, kissing, hugging. And that thought is going to start banging around inside her head. Now, remember, she had a boyfriend when she worked at the toilet factory, and she cheated on him with Aaron. Aaron, you don't think that can't happen to you? You don't think April wouldn't leave you for me? I mean, crazier things have happened. Number one, you managed to pull April. So while you don't, listen, here's what I promise you, April. In a world of us being shipped, okay? And again, this is a brand new thing. This is we're exploring unexplored territory, brand new, horizons here in podcasting. I want to be shipped with another man's wife. He was wearing the cuck comedian shirt, so we might as well do this, right? So April and I, we're sort of an item, all right? And April, here's what I promise. If you leave Aaron for PodAwful, not only, listen, if you don't want to be on camera, you got it. You can be in your Jules cage off screen. You don't want to do any mic work? Fine. You don't have to work. My wife has already said that you can sleep in our dog's bed, which is probably better than what you've got now. And this is the number one most important thing. I promise you, as your new husband, that I will never, ever, ever beg for money in front of you. Okay? Listen, even if someone was holding a gun to your head and they said the only way that I'm not pulling this trigger and obliterating the entirety of the skyscraper of skin that is your new wife's forehead is if you beg me for money right now, I would say, I'm sorry. I made my wife a promise and it's one I plan to keep. April, I think you're hot. The rest of the internet doesn't. And I'll tell you this right now, I've made my wife come at least one time. Maybe twice, okay? Because I think that's how having a baby works. So I have proof. So I just promise you, it will be a better life. Please, everybody in chat, everybody out there right now, start shipping PodAwful and Ape. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's bring out the big board! word. We're doing it. And here we go. Here is the struggle session of how Aaron Imholte invented Mr. SPERGERS, okay? Let's watch this. This is incredible.
Murder robot.
Right.
Precisely. So we do have an update on Bam Margera. You know, usually we go, oh, he looks fucked up. I can tell he's fucked up. Now we have documented evidence.
Aye.
Yeah, it's not good. So we got a couple other things to talk about tonight. Before that, ultimately we get to Bam Margera. If we hit our goal tonight,
so they're going over Bam, a classic PodAwful character, and my actual voice, Bam Margera. Something that's another thing actually I invented is Bam. And by the way, holy fucking shit, look at that tarantula. Am I right or am I right, ladies? Okay.
Overtime, I just discovered a guy named SPERGLord.
Okay, is that his name? Okay, Now you might be thinking, Jesse, you got it all wrong. It's just a different guy. It's somebody named SPERGLord. I've never heard anybody called that, but just wait. Also, wait, what the fuck? Oh my God. What is going on with Aaron's hands? Holy shit. Now, I can't tell if this is compression artifacts or does Aaron have the exact same fucking withered, horrifying, like bathtub water old granny hand as Mersh? Okay, this is way earlier than I was intending to go with this, but ladies and gentlemen, let's bring it out. It is your favorite, the Telestrator. We're doing it. We're doing the Telestrator. All right, let me grab my toolbar here. And let's do some telestrations, shall we? Because this is, I can't believe what I'm seeing here. All right, what do I do here? All right, I got to get out of ghost mode, and it's going to be a little difficult. Okay, first of all, let's go ahead and do what we've needed to do from the beginning here, which is give him stink lines. I don't know why it's coming out as an arrow. Hang on a second, we got to fix that. Let's put that on brush mode. I've got all sorts of shit here. You guys wouldn't believe the things I'm capable of. Okay, brush. All right, there we go. So that should fix it. So let's just give Aaron, there we go. Let's give him some stink lines. There, yep. And you can tell, look, April's even making the face right now. She's like, what is that smell? And right here in this region of her prefrontal cortex, she's actually thinking about Jesse P.S. Now, the odd thing is so is Aaron. Aaron is also thinking about me here. Now, let's give him some more stink lines here. All right, so I'll put that on screen so you can see everything because there's some important stuff going on here. Let me get out of the brush mode. And yes, got it. There we go. All right, so there you go. You've got some stink lines. You've got yourself some stink lines. You've got April upset. They're thinking about me. Now, let me just show you this. And I'm sorry to the audio people, but you knew it was coming. All right. So, of course, you've got Aaron's tarantula. Ooh, now this is an SCP just for the Halloween season. We're very excited for Awful-ween, by the way. We're going to have an amazing Awful-ween coming up. But there's Aaron's tarantula. Here's his bib Fortuna, by the way. I don't know what's going on there. And then this is the most important thing. Look at these wrinkled digits. What is going on here? Is this a podcasting disease? Is this Crowder David's? Is this the first? You're looking at my hands now. I'm seeing, listen, I don't take baths. As you know, I'm greasy and gross. So I don't take baths. I don't know what I'm looking at here. What is happening? Why is his hand withered? Why is it wizzled like the old teats of a mare? By the way, April's teats are also wizzled. But that's not going to stop me from sucking on them. Shippers, ship it. Okay, so there you go. There they are. They're talking about some guy named SPERGLord.
For overtime, I just discovered a guy named SPERGERS.
You did what now?
And he does food videos. He eats burgers and
food videos? Why did she act shocked about that? What is that? Food?
I think he might be our new Ed and Michelle.
I love.
Okay, I don't know who the fuck Ed and Michelle are, but listen.
I just discovered a guy.
Now, yesterday, I asked Aaron, how'd you find Mr. SPERGERS exactly? Where'd you find him? This was the comment I said that he refused to read my name on. I said, how'd you find him? And he said, someone in the chat says, how'd we find him? And then he goes into this long-winded diatribe of lies, making up that he found him on. It was actually Reddit. But then he says that a fan sent them in, and then I'm thinking it was a Zen Rhino stealing content from me. But then he calls out some other guy in chat. The guy in chat does not confirm this. The guy in chat is silent on the issue. I mean, he was sweating. His tarantula was soaked.
Guy named SPERGERS. And he does food videos.
Calling him SPERGERS is manufactured plausible deniability. Here's what's so crazy about calling him SPERGERS, okay? His name on YouTube is Mr. SPERGERS. You don't have to change. You know why it's Mr. SPERGERS, by the way? We got to talk about this. I named him that. Now, he's going to deny that. I had an entire months-long conversation with Mr. Burger. What is Mr. Burger's name on Discord? I got to find his. Is it Jess Rond? Hang on a second. Jess. Yeah, there he is. So I had made a deal with Mr. SPERGERS. This was back in June. Okay, beginning of June. I told him, here's what you got to do. I'm going to get you popular. I'm going to get you more subscribers. And I'm going to do it the real way. Not like these guys. I'm going to actually organically get you new subscribers because I'm going to make you funny. Your burger reviews are terrible, and I know exactly what to do, but I need you to do one thing. He and I have been fighting over the name Mr. Burgers for years. Now, of course, the first thing you do, when you see an autistic guy on YouTube who reviews burgers, the first thing you do is call him Mr. SPERGERS. It's right there. So if you're calling him SPERGLord, you have something to hide. You don't need to, it's fucking putting, a hat on a hat at that point. How much more autistic SPERGLord, and by the way, he's spelling it wrong, SPURG. This guy, we know this guy is autistic. You can just straight up call him that.
I am the FBI. You will all die. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Ah! Ah!
So he and I have been locked in a battle for 3 years over who owns the name Mr. Burgers. I told him, turn your channel into Mr. SPERGERS, and I'm going to come up with all the things you need to do to get popular, okay? Which he agreed to do. I sent him a list of the things. I was going to edit his videos for free. I'm going to show you the results of that in just a bit here. But first, I want you to see their fucking shitty coverage of SPERGLord, the new name that I just discovered and invented for Mr. SPERGERS.
He eats burgers, and I think he might be our new Ed and Michelle.
I love a food video.
He's remarkably autistic. He has crazy Asperger's. He's high energy as fuck, and he can't control himself.
I'll watch that.
And we're going to watch that for over.
Yeah, you're going to watch it because he's going to play it, and you're stuck there. What are you going to do, April? You're going to run away? You're not allowed to leave. Not until you come into my arms. And I do mean all of those words.
For time tonight. They put it on r-cringe, like, get a load of this guy. And I watched it. There's so many people on that cringe.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That hair. Holy shit, dude. What are you doing? Fucking shave your head at this point. That is a travesty of nature to even... April, I promise you, I will never have tendrils. There will be no part of my hair that ever looks like part of a trap door invented to snare you. I will never have a Venus flytrap for a Norwood. I promise you. This is one of the sickest things I've ever looked at in my entire life. April, listen, honey, I'm going to take you to a beautiful hairstylist. They're going to figure out what to do with you, aka part your hair down the middle. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's your only flaw is your hair part. and you will never, ever have to look at this Tangela again. I promise you.
Reddit where they put them up to mock the guy, and I'm like, no, this guy rules. This guy's really awesome.
Right, you guys are being too serious.
Yeah, this guy's the best.
I don't want to hear, by the way, that he's replacing Eddie Michelle, but we can supplement. Is that okay?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, we don't know what that means. So let's do this. Let me skip to let me skip to the next timestamp here. We're gonna find. Now I gotta type in fucking SPERGERS, I guess, to even find their coverage of him. So they're teasing him for overtime. You gotta pay to see this guy. Okay. Let's see if we can get that up here.
Me too. Can't be a hate crime now.
God, it's just so gross.
All right, guys, coming up, we've got, if we knock out tonight's goal, we've got SPERGLord. I called him SPERGBurger earlier.
Yeah, well, both are wrong. This shows you everything you need to know. The guy doesn't know anything about Mr. SPERGERS. This is just stolen he needs to fill time. And he goes, what do other people pay for? What do they pay for over at PodAwful? Oh, he's got some shit on this guy in his pizza fund. Okay, people will pay for that. He doesn't get the only reason Mr. SPERGERS is good is because he threatened to murder me. There's nothing else to him. You can't be an outsider and make Mr. SPERGERS funny.
Some SPERGLord.
We've got this new guy, SPERGLord, who I found, and
I found him. He's brand new. The internet's never heard of him before. He's got a Kiwi Farms fucking thread that he made for himself.
Cringe was trying to make fun of him, and I watched him do a burger review, and the guy fucking rules. He's sitting at a restaurant trying a burger, and he's just the most awesome Aspergery guy.
Asperger, Aaron, you have a centipede for a hairstyle. You can't. And I know people out there will be like, Jesse, what about your hair? My hair is not a hairstyle. It's a hair not styled. It's not a haircut. It's a hair not cut. This is what all people are supposed to look like in the eyes of God.
Okay.
I think I've ever seen.
Cutting your hair is actually a sin, and you are anti-Christian.
And he's going to join the Ed and Michelle.
I just realized, I just had a flashback, an acid flashback to 6th grade, because I just realized what this fucking shirt is that Aaron's wearing. This toe has on a wrestling t-shirt. When I even get to the stuff that's going to sicken you the most, it's going to blow your fucking head off. Okay? Because again, my plan was to act like I like these guys, and then I had a big finale. I had this big finish I was going to do that was going to ruin them. Well, guess what? We saved the big finish. It's still happening.
Gallery.
I'm going to ruin their show. I am going to ruin their show. There's no more Steel Toe after tonight. I hope all the Steel Toe people out there, sorry to Patrick Melton, sorry to the Onions guys. I don't know who else covers him. That's the only one I really know. I apologize. There's no more Steel Toe after this. I'm about to ruin their show forever.
This show.
Okay.
In my opinion. But first, April, take this here offering plate.
Another workout, man?
Holy hands to the sky. We've only got 2 of these left. We got tonight. We got tomorrow morning. If we knock out our goal tomorrow, everything after that.
Okay, so it's back to begging. So let's go to our next time code. Now, spoilers, they actually make the goal, so they're going to talk about him. All right, let me see if I can find it here. Is it this?
Let's get them both. I like that heavy band sound.
There you go.
All right, guys, $10 into tomorrow morning's goal. There we go. Thank you guys for keeping us in business these last few years.
You.
We really do appreciate it. And we've been around 350 and a little bit over 350 all evening. So thank you guys for being entertained by tonight's show. Are you ready for this?
Thank you for being entertained. You don't get to choose that. By the way, even if they do give you the money, you don't get to choose that one. Thank you guys for having the greatest time of all. That's actually, you know what? That's a Red Bar. He stole that from Red Bar. That's ironic. He did. That's a thing. I'd always make, Ryan and I have actually talked about this before. We make fun of Red Bar on the phone to each other sometimes. And one of the things he does is he'll go, Wow, everybody's having, Jules, people are having a great time in the chat. Yeah, everybody's having the best time ever. Explosion. Wow. Yeah, you guys are, you're actually having a great time right now. I know it sounds different. This sounds a little different than what you're used to, but actually what's good is me singing songs to you. Shout outs.
Spurgburger guy.
You don't get to dictate what the audience is feeling. You can say something like, oh, we've got a great show for you. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Oh, I hope you like this. You don't get to say after the fact, wow, it was your favorite episode. This is starting to feel good for you. You're starting to get hypnotized. You're retarded. I'm preying upon the retarded.
What's his name? I forgot. I keep calling him
Spurglord.
He forgot his name. Shouldn't be possible. This is a guy you invented. You discovered him. You forgot his name. You're fucking banking on him. Everybody is paying you money for him.
Spurglord.
Spurglord. Where is that? Is that written in your notes? Where is that? Because it ain't on his YouTube channel.
I saw this guy on our cringe, and they were trying to...
No, you didn't, by the way. No, you didn't. You didn't see him on r/cringe. You saw him on PodAwful. And then, here's the thing. If Mr. Spergers shows up on a subreddit, Mr. Spergers posted it there. I know this for a fact. We know him personally. He hangs out with us in Discord. Nobody's posting Mr. Spergers but Mr. Spergers. So you didn't discover, it wasn't a thing. That would have had negative 20 dislikes on it. Mr. Spergers goes onto Reddit, or what is it? Down votes, down fingers. Mr. Spergers, he hates getting down fingered on Reddit, but that's all that ever happens. So in order to find him on r/cringe, you would have to be searching for like the lowest rated of all time. Like they delete his posts on there. So no, you fucking didn't.
To be like, oh, look at this fucking weirdo reviewing cheeseburgers and shit. He's a guy with Asperger's. He's got 286 subscribers. He's at a place called Mr. Burgers Senior. Or no, it's called Mr.
That's his dad. You don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Let me show you this fragment of hamburger. The best feature about this hamburger.
Mr. Spergers Sr., that's his father, Lon. My good friend.
Burgers Senior gets a Happy Meal, so I'm guessing that's his dad.
Oh.
You're guessing?
So he goes and eats.
What do you mean you're guessing? Did this appear in front of you just now?
Burgers with his dad.
Yeah.
Are you hallucinating this?
His name's Mr. Spergers. That's his channel name. And he's going to a place called Luther Burger, or at least that's the name of the burger, whatever it is.
Okay.
And the Spurgmaster.
Spurgmaster. Pick one. Just pick one. Pick one and stick with it, please.
Spurglord, I'm sorry.
You're lost, man. You're lost.
You're going to get it.
I'm going to get it. So the Spurglord, it was on our cringe, and I just really, it's another time where I just disagree with the internet, man, where they just don't have a sense of humor. They don't have a sense of fun.
Whoa, buddy. I can't wait to see how much fun you have with Mr. Spurg. This ought to be rich. This guy knows fun. This guy knows humor. So he's going to make him do the... Listen, I walked fucking Mr. Spergers through an entire Willy Wonka style, reveal of his life last year, but you're going to figure out how to make him funny. All right.
And they just have no ability to see a guy and see the potential in how funny he is and how harmless he is.
Yeah, no kidding.
They got to just like...
Harmless? Harmless? He tracked a woman halfway across the country and followed her. Harmless? Who the fuck are you talking about being harmless?
I am the FBI. You will all die. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Ah! Ah!
This is an update from the retarded pedophile rapist Jesse Radin.
Like shit on guys for the wrong reasons. They're like, oh, look at this guy. He's got Asperger's. Fuck him. It's like, you're not a funny guy. Like you're just.
So, okay. Now this is fascinating. Who are you talking about? Who's making fun of him this way? r/cringe? Are you kidding me? You think you wouldn't get banned instantly on Reddit for making fun of an autistic guy? Who do you think is running Reddit? So who do you mean? Who's making fun of Mr. Spergers that you definitely don't know anything about already like that?
It's kind of intense and mean.
If you have Asperger's, aren't you a little down on your luck compared to like somebody without them?
It's like it's a high functioning level of autism.
You're
basically.
making fun of an autistic person, by the way.
Yeah.
Just for being autistic.
Yes. By the way, Mr. Spergers claims he does not have autism. Mr. Spergers says he's not autistic. So you are actually very mean for saying this. You're way meaner than me. I'm just making fun of him like I called you autistic. Mr. Spergers does not have acting like he can't handle himself because you've chosen to diagnose him. Are you insane? Dr. Imholte, paging Dr. Imholte, you're needed at the Luther Burger and Orange Milk worst Mr. Spergers video of all time. This is the video he picked. Wait until you see this video.
Yeah.
You can make fun of autistic people. I have no problem with that. But
I'm
not for just the autism.
Yeah, you can. And by the way, you should. You know what happens when you don't? Chris Chan managed to go 25, 26 years without being made fun of. And look what happened. Okay? People have been trying to make up for that for a long time. Didn't take, by the way. He's free. And no one's heard from his mom.
Just doing burger stuff.
Let's go ahead and check out. You guys, the audience can decide on this one.
I missed a line here. Hang on a second. I missed a very important line. I don't remember where it is in the video. We cannot miss this line. Let me just try to find this real quick and we'll come back to that timestamp. Here we go. I skipped it by accident. This is incredibly important. Listen to this. This is him setting up Mr. Spergers from earlier in the show. Watch this. This is the smoking gun.
And he does.
Tell me, he's going to try to claim that he doesn't know Mr. Spergers from PodAwful. Watch this.
Food videos. He eats burgers, and I think he might be our new Ed and Michelle.
I love a food video.
He's remarkably autistic. He has crazy Asperger's. He's high energy as fuck, and he can't control himself.
Oh.
Now, do you see the way? I mean, there's little subtle things going on here. First of all, do you see the way he's looking over at April while he's saying this? There's a sinister, like almost scared look on his face.
He might be our new Ed and Michelle.
I love a food video.
He's remarkably autistic. He has.
Why is this like? This isn't what these guys do. This is what I do. This isn't what you guys cover. So why is it? Oh my god, he's autistic. Can you believe it?
Crazy Asperger's.
He's got crazy Asperger's. Now listen to this. This line floored me. I couldn't believe it. When I first noticed it, I was like, oh, okay, so you stole him.
He's high energy as fuck, and he can't control himself.
Oh.
And look at that. He takes one of those sharp, telling on myself breaths. A guilty breath, they call it. A little sharp. Let me hear it one more time.
Autistic. He has crazy Asperger's. He's high energy as fuck, and he can't control himself.
He's high energy as fuck and he can't control himself. Where have I heard something like that before? He's high energy as fuck and he can't.
I have autism. I can't help it.
I am high energy as fuck and I can't control myself. That's the fucking value brand Costco, Kirkland's Best Dr. Thunder take of
I have autism. I can't help it.
Autistic. He has crazy Asperger's. He's high energy as fuck and he can't control himself.
Oh.
I have autism. I can't help it.
Chick. Boom! Bang! Bang, 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 bang! Smoking gun, there it is. He's telling on himself. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the fucking when he's going over the video, okay? And I just want you to enjoy these humor lords going over Mr. Spurglord or whatever the fuck they're calling him now. Watch this.
Person, by the way.
Just for being autistic.
Yeah.
You can make fun of autistic. Whether this is another Ed and Michelle, this is
Miss.
Pal. Appreciate that, buddy. We're
Thank
15
you.
ahead for tomorrow with Corey. All right. Let's check out Mr. Spurgers having burgers. There's his dad. What the fuck is going on? Oh, I opened his channel and a video just started auto playing. Okay, well now we can go into.
I like that little moment too, because then you see. Look at this.
Video just started.
So he goes to the channel and you see the videos on Mr. Spurger's channel. There, you can see all of his tabs open at the top. There, it's very revealing. And if you look at these videos, I want you to go back. This is from 2 months ago now. I didn't know this was happening, so who knows? I think these guys are stealing Tom Gully from me, by the way. There's been these weird callers into Tom Gully who suck, just like the Mr. Burgers prank calls that fucking sucked. I think they're sending over. This is bait. It's gotta be bait, but I gotta put an end to it right now. Sorry. I'm not gonna let you take them. I'm not gonna let you get away with it. You gotta get spanked. You thought you were immune. I gave you too much leeway for too long, okay? You took too many chances, too many liberties. So if you look at these videos here, go back through and find these videos that you see on screen in Mr. Burger's videos, and you'll see in these, number one, none of them are watched. There's no watch time. There's no red bar. Wait a second, Jules, at the bottom of these thumbnails. So he hasn't watched any of this other stuff. And why would he? Because if you read the titles of some of these videos, they're PodAwful references, okay? So I'm going to skip ahead here just a little bit more because there's copyrighted music in this shit.
And just random people. All right, so here we go.
Okay, he's wearing an Eggo home-style shirt. I love it.
He's wearing an Eggo home-style shirt, and he's going to have, that looks like a McDonald's burger. Yeah, that's a McDonald's double cheeseburger.
He brought in a double cheeseburger to have.
This is a guy who has videos of himself taking his clothes off in front of children at the park. Here's the video they chose to play.
Have with his sugar donuts.
So the Spurg Master, the Spurg Lord, is going to have 2 raised sugar donuts.
Yum.
His name is on screen. It says Mr. Spurgers right there. How are you getting it wrong?
A sugary apple juice or chocolate milk.
Orange milk in the title.
And orange milk. There we go.
Somebody in chat says another podcast I listened to was talking about Gully today. It was unexpected. That's all right. Okay, we may have to go to war on this. Maybe this should have been a world war. Actually, you know what? I know I said we would never do these guys again. I may just have to pull out all the stops now because I've got an idea for something. There's something I want to do. I've got an idea for it. We might have to do a world war on Steel Toe. That's deep, deep, deep in the PodAwful Pizza Fund. That's a high level fucking tier 0 operator level of the Pizza Fund. We might have to do it because I'm getting sick of this shit, man. I really am.
Go.
I got to hear it all the time. I got to hear it from people. Oh, this, what you do is this. This is straight up. This is smoking gun evidence. I mean, there it is, plain as day. It's happening. I can't take this shit anymore.
And he's going to have a Luther burger, but it looks like a McDonald's double cheeseburger.
Maybe that's what they call it where he is.
Let's check it out. This is the Spurg Lord, and I think you can just look at him right now, and his face says high strung.
He's cute, right?
He looks harmless.
Are you insane? He looks harmless. This man tried to kill me.
The cheese test.
He tried to rip out my eyes.
Should work. I got a plain McDouble, no cheese, because I don't want anything else. So bacon, it's a little extra
April talking about Mr. Burgers sounds like me talking about April.
bacon, and more than you usually put on.
That is a very autistic burger. Who gets a double cheeseburger with no cheese and just
plain
bacon?
with bacon.
No ketchup, no mustard. You should eat.
Wow, this is great. By the way, the Luther burger is something for like that was a 2007 meme.
Immediately be
putting donut. That was from Boondocks. You know, the black people anime. I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the some baba booda 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 booze, which is what rap sounds like.
Put on a watch list.
You're on a list for sure.
Yeah.
Right? That's gross.
You should be banned from flying if you eat your burgers that way.
The sauces are half the best. That's like some of the best parts, right?
And that melt.
April has an autism fetish. Well, then I'm fucking in. Ooh, goody.
Nuclear cheese that McDonald's uses.
And you need the minced onions. I have to have them.
This is their commentary. It should be illegal for this to be your commentary. I think if I was a judge and you brought this to me as a fair use case in court, I'd go, I'm sorry, it's the death penalty.
Cup of them on there.
So look, I like this guy. I think he's going to be
Do you want
very
McDonald's?
I think he's going to be very entertaining, but at the same time, he's definitely showing some warning signs.
And by the way, guys, here's the part. I'm shaking the can. Here's the part where you got to sit. Now, I'm not going to read any of your super chats, but we do need $150 in super chats before the end of the program, or else I can't actually end the show. The only way to end the show is by getting $150, or else I'm forced to keep streaming forever. Please save me. $150.
It's good. It's now constructed donut burger. Put the bacon down first.
Oh, he's gonna
2
construct-
McDouble patties.
Okay.
1 each burger.
I'm
Wait a minute.
so in on this.
Wait a minute. Is his name Luther? And he's buying the donuts and he's putting the
Yep.
burger together?
So he doesn't even know what the Luther burger is. He did no research on it. Just nothing. All right, I'm going to skip ahead because I know Mr. Spergers. I know that his father shows up in this video. I want to see. Now, if you don't know Mr. Spergers Sr., he is a character. And the first time we ever heard him speak, it was a mind-melting experience. It changed PodAwful forever. So I need to see their reaction to the same man. Because if they, what is their take on a guy who sounds like this?
The best feature about this hamburger, let me show you this fragment of hamburger.
The man talks about fragments of hamburger, okay?
Are you ready? Are you still working on it?
Oh, 1 more minute.
Oh, this adorable. His dad got a Happy Meal. Oh.
Look how thin he is.
Look at Spurglord's dad and
Hold
his
on.
Happy Meal.
They just switched seats. Look.
Yeah. Spurglord switched seats with his dad. And
He
they cut it
couldn't
out.
just simply turn his tripod towards his dad.
No, he's got a
like,
professional-
"No, you must get up and move over to my seat.
He's got a professional filming
Make
setup.
sure we get the bathrooms in the shot.
Yes.
Mr. Burger Senior here reviewing a
Okay, at least Aaron gives a look. April looks terrified right now. The second, okay, I'm going to give him that. The looks are, I better hear some great commentary because I'm sick of this corn dogging shit. They've been trying to corn dog Mr. Spergers this whole time, and we know why. They're trying to lure him in over into their camp. They think, oh, if we're nice to him, he'll like us, he'll leave PodAwful.
classic Happy Meal from McDonald's.
Well, we saw the apple meet the tree.
Okay, well, put a gun in my mouth because I am going to blow my head off of my neck into a cloud of blood. I was trying to make that sound clean for YouTube, but I couldn't do it. You know what? Maybe there's a follow-up comment that's good.
They're attached somehow still.
Yeah, check this guy for an umbilical cord.
Yeah, there's a cord there.
What does that mean? And how do I remove it from my memory instantly? I need to defrag my fucking hard drive after listening to these retards talk about this is infuriating to me. Okay, look. Just the choice of video alone is enough for me to absolutely lose my mind. Let me give you a little taste of what happens when PodAwful puts their hooks into Mr. Spergers, a.k.a. Spurglord. Here's Mr. Burgers doing his Spider-Man burger review, okay? And this is the direct result of me messaging him months ago saying, and by the way, this came out the same time as the video that they're reviewing. They could have gone over something like this. Wonder why they didn't. I said, okay, you got to review the Spider-Man burger. Remember they had the Spider-Man burger out? It had a red bun. I said, you need to record yourself muttering over and over to yourself on the way there that you're Spider-Man and you're going to become Spider-Man, that the FBI knows that you're Spider-Man. I wanted him to turn his channel into a comedy burger review channel. And he acts like a crazy, Connor O'Malley style character that eating the burger was going to make him produce webs. We bought him this Spider-Man mask and sent it to him to record this video. I said, when you order the burger, you have to tell the cashier that you were Spider-Man. After you have the burger, while still at the restaurant, record yourself holding up the burger and say, in today's review, I'm going to eat so many Spider-Man burgers, I start shooting webs out my ass. Now, I go on and on telling him what he needs to do to make this video funny. And of course, like most goons, he does a half measure. He doesn't really do it. He gets the Spider-Man mask and finally agrees to do the Spider-Man burger review. But it's a month after they stopped selling the Spider-Man burger. So now we're like, well, how do we get a red burger? So someone actually forced Mr. Burgers to buy red spray paint and spray paint a burger red. And then we get him to eat it. Now, there's a million things going on in this. There's a Discord call. Shalyn is there. The internet Shalyn is there as well. This is a nightmare scenario because of course it is. You see, what people like Steel Toe, fucking tube head Steel Toe, will never understand is I am not a commentary person. I'm not commenting on shit that just happened outside of me. I'm making these things happen. This is my content. When I say this guy's my intellectual property, it's because I put the fucking Spider-Man mask on him. He didn't just go to a Luther Burger with some donuts and do a review. We made him eat spray paint. Watch this shit.
What about Babe? Call him Babe.
Burger baby.
There's the spray paint.
Call him your burger baby.
He's not my burger baby.
He's everyone's burger baby.
I'm not gonna do that at all.
There is. Okay, so he's proving that it works. He's got the red on his hand.
You're good at manipulating.
You'll see it on the burger.
People.
Even are you?
Shalyn is so drunk she doesn't recognize a person she's spoken to a million times before.
Stop asking questions.
And just Burger Baby. By the way, we were calling him Burger Baby at this point. Spurg Lord. He's just calmly eating spray paint while this is happening.
Good at manipulating people.
By the way, look at his horrific room, the absolute state of it all.
People, use your charm, make him feel wanted.
I'm not a manipulator. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is a complete nightmare. You'll see now why I never actually covered this before, but finally, I got an open. I'm basically using this entire episode as an excuse to play this.
Feel wanted, Shalyn. You know what you're doing.
So you can, oh my God. So he sprays the spray paint. You can see the butane fumes going all over the room, and then he brings it up to his nose and inhales it. No one asked him to do that.
I'm about to eat it.
I will say hi, Mr.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, make him feel important, Shalyn.
No other show makes a man eat spray paint. Exactly. And by the way, this is all thanks to the henchmen, the PodAwful cult.
Okay. I can do that. That's like not a big deal. But
Just read down it.
I don't know why there's like sentimental music in the background. I don't know who added that, if that was a Mr. SPERGERS touch or what. At this point, I don't think his channel was even called Mr. SPERGERS. Maybe it was. But you can see the title of this one still says Mr. Burgers.
Wait, can you pull down the paper a little?
I think it's
You can do laundry in a minute.
Oh, you're mean.
Don't start doing the review yet.
Yeah.
I only get a woman on the phone.
I can hear people.
See it, that's all.
Okay. Hi, everyone. If they can hear me, by the way.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to put the mask on properly. He can't see right now. We can't see the spray paint. He did put it on there. You'll eventually see it.
All right, Shalyn. That's your real name.
I'm in here. I sent her an invite.
Mr. Burgers is going to do a review for you.
Oh, there you go. He sprays it on there.
He wants to be your boyfriend. This is for you.
Boyfriend? That's his know him a boyfriend.
He is going to be your Spider-Man in this burger review.
Burger Man.
No.
I need you to watch it all the way through, and then
Burger
give him a
Man.
compliment at the end, Shalyn. Or I swear to God, I will call you nonstop through the end of the night.
I swear
All right.
to God.
I don't want to
will
be a
give
distraction.
compliment
I
because it
don't
is
want to
Mr.
listen to me.
Burgers.
Stop talking. I don't want to be a distraction, so I'm going to hang up. I will give you a call as soon as the show is over. Okay, she hung up. Let's go.
Should I eat it now?
Everybody mute. Everyone mute. Go ahead, Mr. Burgers.
All right. Kind of hard to see this mask on.
It isn't Mr. Burgers Jr. How you doing, man?
The optical.
Oh God, the sounds.
How's scuffing keys?
See, here's the thing. Here's the beauty of this. I technically don't even have to do commentary over this. I made this happen. This just is my content.
I'm good right now. I think one of my presents is coming to you early.
Shut the fuck up.
He's doing a burger review. Shut up.
I'm gonna kill you, operative.
Ugh. I wonder if in the steel toe one, if you could even hear him chew this well.
How's the burger?
I doubt it. Only in a PodAwful Spider-Man burger review does a man wear a headset so you can hear every mealy mouth little squirrel bite.
It's decent.
Can we get a little bit of that red dye on the top of the bun?
Yeah, let's get a little.
Yeah, let's get a little bit of red dye. Let's make this a Spider-Man burger for Shalyn.
Here we
Remember,
go.
this is
Red Spider-Man.
There we
This
go.
is for Shalyn.
Spider-Man burger. He's putting the
Yeah,
mask.
well, Shalyn.
He tried to put the mask over his mouth, then realized, how am I going to eat it?
I didn't say I want to be a boyfriend. I don't want to be a boyfriend.
Tell Shalyn you want her to be your Mary Jane.
Shalyn, I want you to be my Danielle Panabaker. That makes no sense. Do you guys see the red dye on this?
So this burger has now been murdered.
Thing?
That is not ketchup, folks.
That's high
Hold up the
praise.
burger.
It looks great. It looks, it looks great.
He can't see it, by the way. He's blind right now.
That,
Shut up. Shut up.
Jason reboot.
Shut up.
Didn't she? And then they never made another one. I thought that one was okay for what it was. Steve Miner came back on board.
Shut up.
Oh God. Yeah, I just want to keep this going until we find out how it tastes.
Decent. Pretty decent. I'll give it I'll give it a 7, which is pretty low in my standards. It'll be higher without the red dye. I think the red dye smells a little weird and tastes a little weird.
Yeah, it'd probably be better if there weren't spray paint on it, but otherwise, a pretty good Spider-Man burger.
All right, I've got a question for you, Mr. Burgers.
I have an answer, potentially.
Imagine the same burger, but Shalyn's sitting across from you enjoying her own burger. How would that change the rating?
Does Shalyn smell bad? Or she smell okay?
No, Shalyn smells great.
She stinks like ass.
Kind of like cigarettes and...
Oh, cigarettes. That makes it a 4. I don't know, but it's 7 right now. If Shalyn was there and then we were talking on a date, that'd be like an 8.
It's an improvement.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, I can't. All right, there we go. There you go. That's good enough. Good enough. I can't listen to any more of those mouth sounds. It's honestly... Whoa, that was weird. I said honestly at the same time as Mr. Burgers. So obviously, Aaron's cope about this is going to be that he doesn't watch PodAwful. He's never seen Mr. Burgers, blah, blah, blah. I feel like we already have the smoking gun. That's me personally. I think we already figured it out. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and let's just hear him out a little bit more. Let's hear what he's got to say. Maybe he's never seen PodAwful before. Maybe we need to go over the evidence. It hasn't mounted quite yet. Let's take a look.
Sue Blanton says PodAwful is greater than Revenge of the Sis.
Okay, so here's the Mersh effect in full effect. This is from June, I believe, of last year, okay? Someone in his chat, he's talking about Revenge of the Sis and how he loves Mersh, and here's his reaction.
Sue Blanton says PodAwful is greater than Revenge of the Sis. Oh, fuck.
I don't know what PodAwful is.
Nobody does.
Okay.
But I got to say this. I saw a clip of...
Nobody, by the way, saying nobody knows what PodAwful is when you are steel toe is like saying nobody knows what, sunshine is, or the sky, what color the sky is when you are Bahoozafoot, the Mayan and Incan elf of Nottingham. I don't know what any of that means, but it's a pretty good analogy and pretty accurate.
I don't know what PodAwful is.
Nobody does. But
Nobody does? So then why are you so angry about it? Well, nobody. Your response should be, huh? Or maybe, what?
I got to say this. I saw a clip of PodAwful today. I was watching something. That is...
Oh, nobody knows. I was watching him today.
It's the worst fucking show I've ever seen.
Okay, are you sure? Because, one day you might want to steal all my content.
It's this spindly little nerdy guy.
Aaron, please do not make me zoom in on your hair again. I cannot look any deeper into that tarantula. Not before Awfulween. We're going to have such a kooky cast of spooky characters for our Halloween shows from now. We've got a Frankenstein. We've got a Bone Eater. We've got ghosts and spooks. We have an SCP, and now we have a Spider-Head Man. That's crazy, by the way, that Mr. SPERGERS is a Spider-Man, and so is Aaron. Maybe that's why he was drawn to Mr. SPERGERS. Okay, so that's his opinion of me then. Now, that's fine. That's all fine and good. Oh, he's got bad things to say about me. Oh, my feelings. Wait.
Who I believe he's trying really hard to be Red Bar.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Trying really hard to be Red Bar. Okay. So then a crazy thing. Now, these were all sent to me within the past day. I didn't know that these clips existed. All right. I knew about the Alex Stein stuff, which I'm not going to go over, by the way. I don't find it all too exciting. But I didn't know this existed. Steel toe, the lowest of the fucking low, the nothingest of the nothing, interviewed the only thing I've ever seen that's ever existed that's lower than steel toe. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Cog. You may be saying to yourself, who? Or possibly, what? Yes, it's the backwards internet's own Cog, Cognitive Thought. He interviewed him to the excitement of no one. This video this is a year old now. This video still has less than 1,000 views on it. Even bringing in Cog's audience couldn't get people to fucking watch this. But watch what happens. This is a fascinating thing here. I had so much fun doing this research because this just keeps getting better and better. The more I searched steel toe, the more fun it became. Watch this.
I don't really want to dive into the ending of that one, so to speak. Like, he's just, I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad guys like you cover him because I can learn, and then I can also pause and go, I need a fucking break.
I think they're talking about Ethan Ralph or something. But
on this shit.
Yeah, I know that feeling, yeah.
I did, just before the interview, I did watch your stuff on PodAwful and Alex Stein.
Yeah, this is insane. Goons collide. Okay, so he watched Cog's stuff on PodAwful and Alex Stein, a.k.a. Cog stealing an entire episode of my show. The first episode I ever did all about Alex Stein and how much Alex Stein sucks. And somehow, Aaron saying, I went from the worst show ever to PodAwful's great. PodAwful's attacking Alex Stein? This rules.
I did watch your stuff on PodAwful and Alex Stein, and I found it very, very interesting. Now, this is an interest.
Now, there's no world where you find Cog's coverage of PodAwful before you find PodAwful itself. It doesn't make sense. That would be a backwards internet.
Interesting collision. Jesse from PodAwful and
who? And also what?
And Alex Stein, because I watched the CPAC thing that he did recently with the Vice chick, and I thought that was kind of weird. It was kind of I got a weird vibe from.
He's talking about Alex.
That video. And then I watched your stuff with the Jesse from PodAwful, Alex Stein stuff. Where are you at on
his stuff? He sat there silently watching my show. There was no Cog stuff. Cog every once in a while interrupted to read people's super chats and to eat Wendy's into his microphone. I think Aaron has a fetish for burger eaters.
on both of those guys? Because, again, I probably watched like 15, 20 minutes of PodAwful before.
Clip Cope, you ready?
He seems like he's kind of a character. He seems like a little more high energy Red Bar.
Every time. Got to give the love to the bar.
Almost.
He ain't gonna kiss you. There's no world, Aaron. You're never gonna make it there. You're never gonna get into that echelon. You will never be equals with your guy. Ever.
And he did this stuff with Alex Stein. You're a good judge of characters like this. Who's the who's the heel and who's the babyface in this program?
Okay. Fucking brave, bold, brash move using wrestling terms to a UK man. And by the way, if Cog knows what a babyface and a heel are, then Britain is fucked way harder than I ever imagined. I assume they don't know what wrestling is. That's a weird thing to do. That is a bizarre turn of phrase to use against a foreigner. And that isn't against. It's an attack on a man's senses when you start talking about kayfabe and shit to him.
I think the way I see
he has no idea. He's stumbling. This is the way Cog talks all the time because he never knows what he's fucking talking about because he's retarded. But actually, that's not factually correct. I don't know if you know, if you've ever seen the Chud Jack, I think it's called. You know, the meme face guy, but it's Cog. That was me. I did that. Thank you.
Face in this program.
So he's going to stumble over his words because he has no clue what Aaron just asked him, and he's just going to answer something else.
I don't think
UK Fabe. Very good, Ray.
I think the way I see it is like PodAwful's a person who I think he's entertaining to his audience, but I think someone said,
yeah, which is really the best thing to be when you have an audience. You want to be entertaining to them. I don't know, like, what does that even say? Most people are entertaining to their audience. That's what makes that audience theirs, really. But Cog actually says something here that floored me. Okay, watch this.
I think the way I see it is like PodAwful's a person who I think he's entertaining to his audience, but I think someone said this perfectly in my chat, which was, it doesn't matter what.
Oh, okay, this is not a Cog original thought.
What show he's on, he's doing everything for his audience. So he could be on your show, but he's not doing it for your audience. He's doing it for his audience. So he will come on and play a troll and do that, but it's for his audience.
Yeah. Shout outs. Fuck yeah. Actually. Yeah. Yeah. I've never felt so seen in my life. Wait a second. Cog has me figured out? What is this world? Yes. Yes, that is exactly right. What is happening? Hang on a second. Is this am I okay? Are we allowed to clap for Cog while he's on steel toe? Okay. All right. So that was a little freaky. To be honest, it moves kind of on from me. They just keep talking about Alex Stein at this point. Now, here's the funny thing that happens. So after that, Aaron watches my whole episode about Alex Stein, and Aaron all of a sudden likes PodAwful now. He does a whole video. I'm not going to play it for you. He does a whole video about how I took down Alex Stein, and it was brutal, and how he hates Alex Stein. And then Alex Stein got the most famous that he's ever been. And 3 months later, Aaron had Alex Stein on his show going, actually, PodAwful's terrible. He's a Red Bar ripoff. I'm so sorry. Alex, I don't hate you. I think you're great. Okay. We'll come back to that in a bit. Here's I don't know. This guy's name's Adam. Adam Goldberg or something. Goldenberg. And this guy is, I know he follows me on Twitter. I'm vaguely aware of him. He might even be in the Pizza Fund, actually. He does a little interview show thing. This is my first time seeing it ever. I've never watched it. He's one of these bizarre people who watches them all, and he's a fan of them all, okay? He likes Mersh. He likes Steel Toe. He likes Red Bar. He likes Alex Stein. He likes PodAwful. He likes all of us. We're all, so, you know, this is a guy, and I've never said a mean thing to him before. I don't know anything about him. This is a guy who has a broken baby monkey brain. He shouldn't be trusted around children or animals. You gotta make sure he's not eating dirt or trash at any time. You shouldn't be able to function like this as a person. He probably likes Patrick Melton. I don't know who else he likes. He likes them all. Everybody's good. And by the way, not in a clout chasing way either. In a, like, he's sincere. This guy is fine. There's nothing wrong with him. It's just, you know, heavy machinery, tools. Watch out. So he interviews Imholte, and I come up. I'm one of the topics he has prepared. And this interview fucking floored me. Now, Aaron can talk all the shit he wants. Aaron can say he never watched PodAwful. Thank you, by the way. I can't remember who sent this to me. I think 2 people sent this to me, actually. Thank you to the people who sent this to me, because this video changes everything. Watch him try to wiggle out of it after I play this.
Of it, you know, that's nothing nefarious. I don't dislike Mike David. I hope he heals.
And so, of course, they're talking about Red Bar. The beginning of the show. This is actually, I watched a little bit more of this than just the part about me. And he starts off this fucking 2-hour interview or whatever, asking Toe about Red Bar. You know how embarrassing that would be? So you get a guy on a show and you go, hey, what about this other show? And the entire interview is Goldberg asking him about other shows, because Steel Toe is just that boring. There's nothing to talk about with Steel Toe. Steel Toe is nothing. There is no concept with. He's asking Steel Toe about bigger shows than Steel Toe.
I hope he gets better. I hope his show stays successful.
I love him. I want to eat out of his diaper.
Just not my thing anymore. That's all.
I don't know why I don't like him now that he makes fun of me all the time. Well, oh well.
I mean, he looks like shit too, so he can't be.
Oh, you're crumbelievable.
I have autism. I can't help it.
Doing well.
Yeah, he doesn't look good, but I hope that changes.
So I was going to ask you.
You hope it. You hope he looks hot soon? What do you mean?
About another person, Jesse PS. Jesse PS.
Hello.
This is another personality. I really enjoy watching his content.
Yeah.
I mean, he's somebody. He should be in fucking Hollywood.
Oh, wow, Hollywood Jess, they call me. Excuse me. I did not see this coming.
Personality. I really enjoy
NAZI
by watching his content.
Yeah.
I mean, he's somebody. He should be in fucking Hollywood. Like,
well, call me Mr. Cinnamon Peacock. Here I come. Wow. Adam, thank you. You are a retard and you eat out of the trash, but thank you.
He should be a Hollywood producer. That kid's got some talent.
A Hollywood producer? Hold on a second. I'm not heading to the island anytime soon. By the way, is he copying me? He's on the moon. I just realized. Wait a second. Is this kid copying me? Why has he got a moon background? What is going on with that?
Yeah. I mean, he's somebody. He should be in fucking Hollywood. Like, he should be a Hollywood producer. That kid's got some talent.
Is he saying I'm Jewish? Is this an insult and I don't get it? Wait, he said I have talent, though.
Yeah. I mean, he's somebody. He should be in fucking Hollywood. Like, he should be a Hollywood producer.
Okay, now look at Aaron. Aaron is put in a tough spot here. Okay, watch it. Watch Aaron's face.
His content.
Yeah.
I mean, he's somebody. He should be in fucking Hollywood.
Oh, you see him look over to the left there? He's like, wait, this isn't going the way I thought. Wait, you're saying he's good? Uh-oh, I've been saying the wrong thing.
Like, he should be a Hollywood producer. That kid's got some talent.
So I'm thinking Aaron's going to be like, yeah, agree to disagree, I guess.
Whether you like him or not,
Yeah.
whether you think he goes a little bit too far. I mean, he's definitely a character, but he's got a hell of a lot of talent. Why don't...
And by the way, all of these things are, we tested that. We put this to a polygraph and a Richter scale for some reason, an Andy Richter scale, and it came up true and also Swedish German.
You think he's more popular than he is? I feel like he should be way more famous.
True. So, by the way, So true. Wow. Unbelievably based and red-pilled of you to say.
Because he starts shit with everybody.
Okay, fair. Fair. Accurate. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, that's just the long and short. People get their feelings hurt. I've thought this about Jesse PS.
You've had thoughts about me. Weird. Who? The show you've never watched? Okay. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Watched him. He came on my radar probably
100 years ago.
Halfway into like Red Bar's hiatus.
Okay, so like way before, like way before that clip of you saying nobody knows who PodAwful is. I came on your radar half a year, 6 months before you claimed no one knows who I am. Interesting. Okay.
I think.
Just keeping track of the timeline here.
And he was doing stuff like he even does stuff on people I like Mersh has always been really cool to me. I like Mersh,
aka The Effect. All right.
I like Revenge.
I like Mersh too. Yeah.
What? Are you okay? Sure.
Yeah. So I like those guys, but like he does stuff on him and he's fucking relentless.
Adam, part of the Mersh effect.
And I get why Mersh does not like him. I get why he fucking hates the guy. I would too if I were him.
You're about to be him.
But like his stuff on Alex Stein,
and again, ship me and April. I would love to see, like when I go onto Twitter after this program, I better see a bunch of tweets at me at the N-word saying, where you photoshopped us together, you're writing erotic fanfics of me and Ape having sex.
It was really, really good. To me,
despite all my rage, I am still just an ape in a cage. Wow, it really could be a Robin.
Yeah, when I first saw Jesse,
all those years ago. Wow, he's getting real wistful here.
I didn't get it, but I knew he was good at what he does.
Really? Because I thought I was like a bizarre freak. What did you say? I was what was it? I don't even remember now. I'm like a twerp or something. I'm a freaky little twerp who sucks.
Right. But then
I'm a freaky twerp red bar sucking fucky sucky.
Started watching more stuff and I went, this guy's like a more concise to the point red bar.
Oh, okay. So now I'm a good red bar. What if red bar was good? PodAwful. PodAwful the program, TV super show, aka What If Red Bar Was Good, according to Aaron Imholte, the biggest fan of Red Bar.
Yes.
Jesse says
yes, we all agree. Yeah.
Things in 5
Hollywood Jesse? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I should be a fucking producer.
Minutes that it takes Mike an hour to say.
Really? Because it's taking me fucking 4 hours to do this episode. So,
and I think Jesse is immensely talented.
Okay, well, goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for.
Ibdy, that's all, folks.
Well, see ya.
I would not trust him for a second.
I'm a scamp. That makes sense. I get it.
Oh man.
And I mean that at like in the way that he wants me to think that.
You don't know what I want, what I think. Get out of my head. I don't know if you're using April's mega mind powers on me or whatever, but please stop knowing my thoughts.
Like, I don't mean that as like, oh, fuck him, I don't trust him. I'm like, no. I'm going to appreciate that guy from afar. Like,
whoa, hang on a second. Wait.
Him, I don't trust him. I'm like, no. I'm going to appreciate that guy.
Oh, yeah, wait, hang on. Look at that. Pruny grandma bathtub hands yet again.
PodAwful one. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. I stick enough things on my butt, I'll make the most money.
Okay, so what are you doing? How many baths does this man take a day? Because this is getting to be a little absurd. What is going on with his fingers? Why are they dry? Is there a disease that does? Is this like? Do I not know that this is a symptom of having? I keep wanting to call diabetes diarrhea. I'm retarded. I was literally about to say, is this a symptom of diarrhea type 2 that I don't know about? Which I guess every diarrhea is type 2.
Guy from afar. Like if he wanted if he wanted to do something with me, I'd be like, look, dude, I wish you nothing but success. I hope you do really well. But like, I'm not gonna walk in.
Am I crazy? This is a guy who is daydreaming about becoming my friend, right? That's never gonna happen. Don't worry, man. This dream scenario of yours, this was never on the table. I've literally spent a year trying to avoid your existence.
Nothing but success. I hope you do really well. But like, I'm not going to walk into a situation where I might look.
Oh, your pruny little fingers.
Like if anyone's going to make me look like a dipshit, it's going to be me.
True. Okay. So this guy, Aaron he's you know what's so funny? He's putting himself in a bizarre dream scenario where I come to him and I go, hey, Steel Toe, can I be your friend? And he gets to go, oh, thanks, I appreciate it, buddy, but maybe next time, okay? And then he puts on his jetpack and rockets off.
I will do that. I do that on a daily basis. I don't need to walk into something going, oh, shucks, me and Jesse are going to be pals. And then I look like a fucking idiot.
You look like a fucking idiot right now. I mean, what is this? Please stop having thoughts about me, ever. This should be a crime.
Did you see?
And he's capable of that.
Okay, now this is about to go into a whole fucking hullabaloo about Red Bar, but it's coming back to me. It's to bring up something about me.
You see when Andy Worski called in to Red Bar, and Red Bar was it was the funniest fucking thing in Red.
So this was I called into the same episode. I called into Red Bar. Andy Worski calls into Red Bar. It's this big clip. It's on you put in PodAwful on YouTube. It probably comes up. And anyone who is unbiased, anyone with a sense, like, who doesn't have a baby's sense of, reality, looks at this clip and goes, why the fuck did that old man yell so much at the guy who called? Why'd he get so scared and hang up on that guy? That would be a normal person's reaction to it. He's bringing this up to bring up this is the episode. Yeah. So when Mike looks like this, and he tries to act like it's an ironic thing, as if he just did this ironically. He wears that all the time. This is how he looks.
And they played a video where it was Andy Worski with a buddy of his, where they were chasing somebody.
So they bring this up to talk about me.
Expose him, but they pretended like they didn't know about it. And then you realize, like, holy shit, they knew exactly what they were doing. But Andy got totally played by it. So it was he made him look so stupid. And then when Jesse went on Red Bar, like Red Bar completely just shut him down. And then did you ever see,
so again, Adam's a retard trash eating baby freak. So I'm saying freak a little too much, but it's mostly because I keep having to look at Aaron. So he doesn't get it. Like Adam has autism. He can't help it. Adam is overly energetic and he can't control himself. So he doesn't understand what he's looking at. We went over this clip, by the way. I implore you to go watch that clip of me on there. It will floor you what happens in that clip. It's not what anyone seems to think. You hear about this clip. People talk about it. They bring it up to me like I'm hurt by it, that I chose to call in to Red Bar, and I couldn't believe it. He hung up on, he did this whole, Jules was scared. It was bizarre. Please go watch it. This idea that I'm hurt by this or that Red Bar beat me in some way is crazy. Now, Adam, he says another thing here about the time I called into the kill stream. These are the two things that, people bring up all the time.
Sent you the link, but when Jesse PS was on the kill stream with Ethan Ralph, the whole Dick Masterson text thing, that was like it was unfucking real. It was unbelievable. And I thought Dick handled it well.
So I don't even know whose side he's on. He's not on his side. Dick did good, but it was unreal. If it's unreal, it's because of something I'm doing. Who are you? I can't tell who this guy's rooting for, and I don't know. It doesn't matter. Listen to what Aaron says about it, okay? Aaron, biggest bar fan of all time.
I've got a lot of Jesse lore and all those guys.
Oh, I bet you fucking do.
Guys from that kind of area lore that I'm not up on. I do.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He's not up on it. Okay, disagree then.
Remember the Red Bar Jesse PS thing, and honestly, when I heard that,
okay. So when did I call it? Because now that puts a whole new time frame of you knowing who I am. If you know about that call, when did you see that? When did that call happen?
I did laugh, but I also think that
this is fascinating. Here's what he thinks about that call. I can't believe it. This is the first time I've heard anyone say this.
Jesse kind of got treated unfairly. I think Red Bar, I think he sees something in Jesse that he sees as threatening. And I think he was trying to cut that off at the quick. And I think that was part of it. I think that was kind of an ambush.
I don't know about the ambush part, but Steel Toe is maybe the smartest guy I've ever met. Now, there's two options here. Either Steel Toe is actually pretty good at judging shit, which doesn't seem to be the case. But either he's pretty good at judging shit because, listen, I've said the exact same thing, for years now, really. Or he heard me say my take on it, which means he's in the pizza fund. Because when I covered that video, it was in the pizza fund. Now, you have two options. Either he legitimately believes this or he's stealing my own take about my call-in. I've said forever, listen, there's all of these shows. And by the way, Steel Toe is one of them. All of these shows, everybody says, is ripping off Red Bar, a man who invented nothing. There's all of these Micah-likes out there, let's call them. And I have to hear this shit. And I've had to hear this shit since before I knew what Red Bar was. I've been doing this since 2009. 14 years coming up here very soon. Every other show I've ever seen that gets called a copy disappears. PodAwful is still here. Every other show I see, Mike covers, makes fun of, destroys, and they go away forever. Not PodAwful. It is, without a doubt, it's so obvious that Mike understands I ain't going away. And I ain't copying. And maybe, just maybe, I'm a bit of a threat. Mike's afraid to talk about PodAwful. I mean, it's right there in the intro of the show. I'm not going to play the whole thing again, but just...
Or would you pay Jesse PS?
Of PodAwful.
That was when he was still, not in diapers. He was still man enough to even mention me. Now they're in the new studio. I don't even get brought up. When Jules accidentally brings me up, he looks at her like, what are you doing? No. There's actually been clips. People have sent me clips of him saying like, stop it. We don't want more diaper deliveries. They had to have my episode taken off of YouTube. Mike forced Sven Stuffles to have my episode about him wearing diapers taken off of YouTube. By the way, an episode that Aaron watched and said was great. I don't have the clip now, but I saw him talk about it. He said it was funny and brutal. I got him. Ooh, that diaper watch episode. And I can prove he said that, actually. I don't have the clip. I don't have the clip of him talking about it, but I can prove he said that. PodAwful's not going away. When there's no more Red Bar, there will still be PodAwful. Aaron seems to understand that. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. I don't remember if he says anything else. Let's let him finish here.
By Red Bar, I think the Andy Worski thing is just really funny. And that kind of goes to what I was saying earlier about Red Bar.
Okay, so he just goes back into his fanboy shit about Red Bar. Now, here's where it
He's
gets
that guy.
Interesting, okay? I decided to take a look back through my emails, all right, and back through my messages to see if I ever had any sort of interaction with Steel Toe. And there's shit in there that I had completely forgotten about. And I was floored. I couldn't believe it. I was sent some screenshots. There was a guy who was acting as my assistant on Twitter for a while. If you remember the PodAwful fan account, that was not run by me. That was run by my assistant. Well, apparently at one point, Steel Toe reached out to my assistant thinking it was me. Okay? Now, Steel Toe doesn't remember this because if he did, he would never say the shit that he's been saying because this makes him look stupid. If Steel Toe remembered he did this, he wouldn't steal my fucking content from me because it makes him look real fucking stupid when you see this shit in black and fucking white. Here it is, the message to my assistant. Steel Toe Morning Show sent you a direct message. This is what my assistant sent me. It's a screenshot from his DMs. This is not fake. Steel Toe says, is the Alex Stein threat for real? Meaning Alex Stein wanting to sue me. I have to admit, I've never listened to you before. He's already admitted on air he's listened to me by this point. So he's even lying to me. He's clip coping about me to what he thinks is me. I've never listened to you before, but enough people in my audience kept telling me to check you out. I watched the Stein episode. I really liked it. He's fangirling over me. I do interviews every Tuesday at noon, CST. I would love, and by the way, they call it CST because when you watch Steel Toe, you want to take a siesta. Thank you. Clip that part out, clippers. I would love to have you on a week from this Tuesday. The Stein stuff has me very interested. I found his last couple videos especially awful. A one-trick pony to be sure. Let me know if you are interested. Black and white, there it is. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron's best friend, Alex Stein, who you made friends with 2 months after this. You're a one-trick pony, according to Aaron. But wait, he goes on. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't sent the screenshots from my assistant back to Aaron, so we have to, just interpret what happened between these, unfortunately. I don't know what he said to him. But then Steel Toe replies to my assistant. He says, thanks for popping in. Yeah, the set is from way back before we started growing. We are in the process of updating it, working on some designs, eh? What do you do? So apparently my assistant replied to Aaron and said, hey, what the fuck's up with your shitty design on your terrible, terrible stream? It looks like fucking garbage. And Aaron's reply is, oh, don't worry. We're working on it. You've seen the final result of them working on it. They unsplit the cameras. Wow, congrats. It looks beautiful now. The diamond plating, mwah. Yeah, what can you do? As far as you, now this is crazy. He says, as far as you fighting my wife, I don't know if it would go the way you think it would, LOL. So this was back when I was threatening all the e-girls online to wrestle them. I guess my assistant told Aaron that I would be interested in fighting his wife, April, to the death. Shippers, put it in your fanfics, okay? I will. April is considering going to the mat with me. We're going to be tussling. We're going to be rolling around. I'm going to be putting her in headlocks, leg locks, forehead locks, half Nelsons, full Nelsons, forehead Nelson. Okay, so he says, I don't know if that would go the way you think. At any rate, great job with the Stein stuff. See you around. I'm taking the set comment as a no to the interview. So my assistant gets asked if I'll go on an interview. And I'd already told my assistant at this point, I will never do don't bother me about Steel Toe. So he took it upon himself to just go, hey, your set stinks. And Steel Toe's like, okay, I guess that means no dice on us being pals then. I guess we don't get to be internet friends. So then my assistant, I believe in between these, clarifies that he is not me. He didn't show up into a chat room. He doesn't know him. So Steel Toe says, okay, I saw PodAwful Dark Future in the chat and assumed it was him. How do I get in touch with Jesse? So even after all of that, he still wanted me real bad. He wanted to interview me, okay? He can't take no for an answer. He loves PodAwful too much. How do I know he loves PodAwful too much? Well, Yeah, I thought he was a big Red Bar fan, but I guess not. I don't know. Maybe he's in the Scars Club. I bet he would be. He's such a fan of Anthony Cumia. How do I know that Steel Toe loves PodAwful, despite what he says, despite the amount of clip coping he does? Well, I found a YouTube comment in my emails. I'm so glad I got emailed this one. This is the fucking end-all, be-all. This does it right here, okay? Now, this is back on the old YouTube channel. So, unfortunately, this is gone now, but this is real. And I had posted because the Diaper Watch, the Red Bar Diaper Watch episode had been taken down by YouTube. I posted saying, I can't believe it. YouTube actually took it down for the privacy complaint. Steel Toe replies and says, "This was a great video. I will have to join the Pizza Fund. Would love to have you on sometime." So there you go. After all of the shit he talked, he was telling me how much he loves me, how he's going to join the Pizza Fund. Actually, I should look in the Pizza. Did he join the Pizza Fund? He might have. I never even thought to look. Did that ever happen? He probably wouldn't sign up under his real name if he did. Yeah, he's not going to sign up under his real name. So he might be in the Pizza Fund right now. That might be happening. After all of this, it comes down to one thing, basically, okay? And this was going to be how I ended the episode that I originally had planned to do about all of this. Let me find... I got to find one of the videos that I just played of them. No, that's not it. Let me go to Steel Toe. So, Steel Toe, there's one thing. I don't have thoughts about them. I don't fucking care about them. I find them detestable, disgusting, losers and freaks. You know? The lowest of the low, the muckiest of the muckest. Just nothing. Just absolutely fucking nothing. All right, here's just a random fucking episode of theirs, I guess. And I just want to put this up behind me here so that you can see it. The first thing I told you, I saw them that first time. I want nothing to do with these people. Well, why? What was it? And I told you the graphic design was a big part of that. Well, it was something specific with the graphic design. It wasn't just anything. If you take a look here at the Steel Toe, I don't think anybody, who other than me could have ever brought this up. If you take a look here at the Steel Toe Morning Show logo, and I'm a big logo guy, okay? You can kind of make it out. You can mostly see it there. It's a big boot. It's a big vector graphic boot. And I took one look at that the first time I ever saw them, and I said, these guys are maybe the most mentally retarded, disgusting idiots I've ever seen. Now, that might not make sense to many of you. Why? Why? Just because of the boot? Is that it? Well, here's the thing. I'm very into graphic design, as many of you know. And one of my favorite things of graphic design is, I like old shit. I like Y2K shit. I like 90s shit. It's fucking passe. It's a little hack, but whatever. It's what I like. It's what I grew up on. You know, somebody mentioned earlier that shit like this is for Gen Xers and boomers. I like Gen X shit. I'm into Gen X shit. And there's maybe nothing more computer and Gen X, more of a crossroads of those two things than a certain brand of clip art from the 90s. Now, you don't know about this, but in the 90s, clip art was huge. You remember that if you were alive for it. It was huge. Everybody used it. It was on every flyer you ever got. And one brand was the cool version of clip art. And it's still cool today. I love this shit. Some of you, if you're old enough, will recognize some of these things, okay? This is Ron and Joe's art parts. And it took over cool internet, computer design shit when it comes to this stuff. They kind of revolutionized, in a way, vector graphics and clip art. All right, these guys. And it's good. It's still good. I've been working on a bumper trying to use this shit for a long time now because I love it. So when I see the steel toe logo, it may not shock you to realize that I instantly recognize what it's from. Nobody else. This is a first. This is a PodAwful internet first. Ladies and gentlemen, the steel toe boot logo is 90s clip art.
PodAwful one. PodAwful one.
I don't know if I will be able to put into words, if I'll be able to explain to you how fucking stupid this is. How fucking crazy it is that they did this. Now, they modified it a little bit. You see the little dots around the sole? He got rid of the dots. I don't know why. Maybe he thought it was too busy. But it's the same fucking boot. It's been flipped around. It's the same boot. I need to explain to you how fucking crazy this is. This is, you think black people and the Goon alarm are bad? This is the white people's Goon alarm, okay? Using clip art for your businesses, your actual I'm making money businesses logo is so mentally fucked that I cannot believe these people have been allowed to exist for this long. This man, this freak, this creature, this tarantula aquarium is allowed to have children, 3 of them. I don't think he sees them that often, but Your Honor, I go to family court. My Exhibit A is Ron and Joe's art parts clip art. I don't know if they understand how egregiously fucked this is. Again, the clip art is amazing. I love this clip. I love all of the clip art from Ron and Joe. They make great clip art. They've got several terrific boot designs. You cannot ever make your logo clip art. Why? Why not, Jesse? Isn't clip art for everyone to use for anything you want? No! It's for a grandma to use for a school function flyer. They don't own their logo. Let me say that again. They don't own their logo. Ron and Joe, which of course sounds like a radio show now that I say it, Ron and Joe own the steel toe logo. And they've just been getting away with it. There's no amount of modifying that changes that, by the way. There's people who are going to tell you that. They don't understand it. Here's how clip art works. I got to walk you through graphic design 101 here for a second. Sorry. Ron and Joe sell their clip art on fucking Shutterstock.com. Okay? That's what this website is, Shutterstock.com. I need you to understand this. That's the biggest fucking clip art stock image website that's ever existed ever. They sell it directly through there. Ever since, like, you know, the 90s are long gone. They're not doing it on their website anymore. And of course, barely anyone uses this stuff anymore except fucking graphic design nerd hipsters like me. So when you go to Shutterstock and you want to use one of these, you have to purchase it. And I don't mean you purchase the photo and you just get to use it. You purchase what's called a standard license. You know what the standard license lets you do? Well, it doesn't let you do commercial shit. It doesn't let you turn that shit into your logo. In order for you to use something like this as your logo, you would have to purchase exclusivity rights, which would probably cost you millions of dollars. I don't know, thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It would cost an amount of money that they couldn't ever shake a dish enough for. There's not enough Zen Rhinos on Earth for them to ever own this boot. They're literally getting kicked in the ass by their own stolen logo. Let me be clear. Aaron has on his shirt that logo. He has on this retarded wall hanging, this bizarre fucking sheet they have hanging behind them, he has that logo. Every episode of his show that he's ever uploaded, every piece of merch he's ever sold, anything he's ever, when he puts out the podcast and monetizes it and that boot is on there, Ron and Joe are owed a cut. This could not be assumed. It would be like if the PodAwful Smiley Globe was owned by McDonald's and I went, fuck it. We love to see a smile here at PodAwful. H2BH. I can't get over this. And I have been sitting silent on this for a year. For over a year. This has been eating away at me. So my plan was bring on Patrick Melton, make him explain these guys to me, lie and say I think they're good and that I think April is hot. And then at the end, melt down about this boot. But it got worse. While I was getting together the stock footage here, the stock, image, the clip art, I realized something. Wait a second. That's a different set of boots. In the corner there, they've actually got a different boot logo. And then if you look at all their thumbnails on their YouTube, they use this boot logo. And I know what you're I saw that and I said, okay, well, the audience is going to go, their audience, they're going to tune into this and they're going to go like, Jesse, that's not even the logo they actually use anymore. And I think you're blowing this out of proportion. Am I? Am I blowing it out of proportion? Because I don't think I am. And I'll tell you why I don't think I am. Let me show you something else. By the way, if you want to own Steel Toe's logo, you can go do it right now. Hang on a second. Why is this not working? You can go do it right now. How much is it? Oh my God, the price went down. I swear to God. Maybe this is like a conversion thing for me. I swear I looked at this earlier and I had to like switch out the money type. I looked at this earlier and it was $19. It was like $20 basically. The price has gone down. You can now use their logo more legally than they do for $9.80. And what that'll do for you is they'll remove the Shutterstock fucking watermark from this, which I'm not sure they even did in their version of. It might say Shutterstock backwards inside their logo. So you'll get that, and then you will legally be allowed to like upload memes and stuff with this. You will be able to use it. Read the license, and you'll see how you can use it. You can use it in some commercial projects. It kind of depends. You can't use it as your own personal logo, though. That's what's important here. So they've got this other boot logo, right? And this other boot logo, I'm like, okay, how long will it take me to find these boots? What are the chances that if I just typed in vector boots, these wouldn't just show up at the top of fucking Google Images? Well, the chances are 0 because I instantly found them. So if you want to get a comparison here, it's the little orange boots in the corner. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Same boots. There's actually a variant of them as well. You can get them like this, or you can get them like this. Now, here's where it gets crazy. So they don't own this one either. This is also stolen clip art. It's not as cool. It's not Ron and Joe, but it's stolen vector clip art that they do not have the rights for. These guys he's had this steel toe business for years, and he hasn't been able to pay someone to make a logo for him. Zen Rhino couldn't make this happen for him. Zen Rhino couldn't, strike a deal with Royce, who strikes a deal with Mr. Ballysong to make a new logo for him. Guess not. Now, here's the craziest part of this. I'm looking up these boots, and I realize, wait a second, these look like something. What do these look like? There's something kind of odd about these boots. And then I realize, oh, I know. It's because they're skinhead boots. I'm not kidding. Type in skinhead boot graphic vector. Type in skinhead boots. These come up. This is your results. So these guys are neo-Nazis. I tune into Rumble. I see them having a show. It's all you know, I love making racial jokes just as much as the next black, Jewish, trans, but I'm joking. I tune into their Rumble. It's a Klan meeting. It's crazy. This is a dog whistle. These skinhead boots, H2BHH. They're serious about it. That tarantula crawling back on Aaron's head, you know, it's a wig. It's to hide the fact that he's a skinhead. What does April have to hide under the bang? Hashtag what's under the bang? It's a skinhead. She's an egg woman. These guys are wearing hoods. That's all I'm saying. Their logo is clip art. 2 different clip arts. You want to make their logo? You want to own Steel Toe? Go buy their logo right now. It's $10. It's worth it. And by the way, make sure you use it as the watermark on your Jesse and April shipping images. Okay? So here's the thing. I said, I'm never going to do this again. This was supposed to be I was going to finish it there. That was going to be my big finish. And then I'm never going to talk about these guys again. But why give up on the grift when you can grift some more? I found something out. Apparently, Aaron's ex-wife, who he cheated on and left for April, apparently she married a new guy. And that new guy is now Aaron's kid's daddy. And as far as Aaron's kids are concerned, that's their real dad, to be honest. Definitely not weekend dad. Definitely not basement show dad. Definitely not clip art dad. And by the way, Aaron kind of looks like he's made of clip art. I found out that Aaron's ex-wife, I can't remember her name now. I've got it somewhere. Okay, something LaRue. Ashley, maybe? I feel like it was another A name. Ashley LaRue. She's an author. All right. Actually, let me look it up. I think it's Ashley LaRue. And she's an author of children's books. And let's take a look at some of those books now, shall we? Is this? Let's find it. Here we go. This is perfect. Here we go. This will be a great way to wrap this one up. Okay. Now get in your donos, people. Sign up for the pizza fund now. PodAwful.pizza. There's a reason. All right. Sign up for whatever level you want. But I'm considering doing a PodAwful World War. I'm going to show you something.
Hi everyone, Kirsten with Fox Point Publishing here today, and we are looking at now the 3 books from Ashley LaRue and her Family Dynamics series. This first one, Home is Love, that came out in, 2021, I want to say, early 2021. Love to Share came out middle to end of 21, and then this one, Love Until Forever, just came out February of 23. And this is for children in the 3 to 7 year age range, should they find themselves in a family with a divorce situation.
So Ashley has now specialized in writing books for children of divorce. And an interesting thing I've noticed here, by the way, is that in these situations, mommy's new boyfriend is black. So black man on this cover, black man on this cover. There's no guy at all on the bottom cover. So Love Until Forever, Love to Share, and Home is Love.
But these are also good for fostering and adoption as well. Home is
This is chilling, they say in the chat.
Love is about, I'll give you the backstory. Ashley's daughter, the author's daughter, when Ashley was getting a divorce, wasn't sure, if I lived part-time with you and part-time with Dad, where's home? And
and I'll tell you, it's at Ashley's. It's definitely not at Aaron's, okay? Ashley, go with mommy, dear. Go with new black daddy.
Ashley responded as home is where you feel loved.
That's a smart way to put it. Where do you feel most loved, sweetie? Well, here with you, Mom. Oh, okay. Whew. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. All right. I'm not going to shake the plate. I'm not going to play the music. I'm not going to grift you too hard on this one. I'm just going to put it like this. We got a pizza fund, PodAwful.pizza. If I get enough people signed up, now the $20 level, that's a big commitment. I get it. The $20 level is where we do the PodAwful World War episodes where we really go after someone. And I mean, really go after someone. I got a feeling that Mr. SPERGERS ain't the only goon they've stolen from me. There's probably some jokes that have been stolen from me too. I'm never going to dive through all their stuff. But maybe you could incentivize me. We haven't done a world war in a while. If I had enough people who signed up for the pizza fund that would cover the cost of buying, let's say, all 3 of Ashley LaRue's books, and I could have them shipped here to the moon, well, I think it'd be a fun experiment to read those books on air. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't it be a fun show just to sit around and have a story time? Maybe start a book club, an Ashley LaRue-centric book club where we learn all about Aaron's horrific home life with Ashley LaRue. And I'll dive deeper into that story, too. I'll find out. We'll maybe get some guests for it. We'll do the whole thing. Let's get some people in that pizza fund. You can upgrade, by the way, mid-month. If you're already in the pizza fund, you can upgrade, and it prorates you to the $20 level. You don't have to join the $20 level. You get plenty of access to a lot of content. Again, 14 years of show, even in the lower levels. So no big sell, no big commitment, but I feel like it'd be an interesting show, and maybe one that I'd even be willing to clip for all the free poor people out there. I don't know. I just feel bad for all the Target managers and Cheesecake Factory workers, and maybe it's time to give back. So, Steel Toe, this is probably it forever, but I just want you to know that the next time you do a show, April's going to be thinking about me. April's going to be thinking about me a lot. April is going to unblock me on Twitter. April is going to be my new co-host, and you're going to be sitting there in front of your clip art logo, tearing your tarantula out of your head, and you're going to be going, I should have joined that pizza fund. Until next time, have an awful day.
Ibdi, that's all, folks.